Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Homomachina. This is session 8, Eyes on the Prize. We hope you enjoy.
So we actually started um, the previous night, or at least a few nights ago. I can't remember how much time has passed. On the streets near in the old war zone, I think, near the breakdance club that we were in, and we had extracted Gel Dud. It was a braindance scroller who made Digital Abyss, or was accused of creating Digital Abyss. And we got him out, and we started the episode in Lucas's vehicle there, sort of pulled off to the side of the road, and Cerveau had just put on the braindance helmet thing to view Digital Abyss. And that happened in a Whispers channel, and Cerveau hasn't said too much about it, but more or less that it was nothing and incredibly addictive. And at the same time, while he was doing that, some members of a gang came up, and I can't quite recall the name of the gang, but I know they hate people with any kind of cybernetics. So they saw Fang and Lucas, and they started to attack the vehicle and them. We were able to get rid of them by killing them, and then we spoke with Gel a bit more, and ultimately decided to let him go. And from there, we went our separate ways and got another job from Rose Red the following day or so to collect someone's stolen, we think it was stolen, eyeball at a deli called Sanderson's Deli, which I think was in somewhere in, I can't remember what part of the city it was in. Northwest Brook, that sounds right. So we made our way there. We scoped out the deli. It appeared to be a normal running deli. There was an alleyway that led behind it, but we went into the deli first. We appeared to be normal. We ordered. The food actually looked pretty decent. And we all sort of sat down and got our stuff. And then we needed to try to find a way to find where the eye was. So Fang went into the restroom and found the ventilation system and climbed up into it and started Fang McLeaning her way through the vents to see if she could find where this eyeball might be located. And she did eventually see it really on the opposite side of the restaurant from the restroom there. So she made a long trip back through the vents to get back to the restroom. At the same time, Lucas and Cerveau were in the dining area. We were looking for a distraction, so Lucas got up and walked into the kitchen to complain about his sandwich, which it's important to note that first he wanted to compliment the chef because of how good it was. And then when he went back into the kitchen, he decided it was not good anymore and really just looking for a distraction and fastballed it into someone's face right there in the back there. And they got pretty upset with him. They were pretty taken aback and ended up escorting him out of the restaurant because they didn't feel like he was actually complaining about his sandwich. They thought something else might be up. And then Cerveau eventually went out the restaurant as well and said, hey, let's try around back. We went around back. Cerveau tried to jack into the door around back and found that there was a few things in there, a few files, but the door was not electronically locked. It was mechanically locked there, and there was no way to access it through the access point. So Cerveau took out his pistol and started shooting at the lock of the door. And people inside the restaurant, including the team there, started running out to see what the noise might be. And that's where we are. So Cerveau and Lucas are around back, shooting at a door, and Fang is in the bathroom inside, where a little bit of panic is ensuing.
Yes, so we have a lot of panic happening at the moment. The fire alarm is currently ringing. The fire department will be here soon, as they have also been called for a fire. So we're going to start with Cerveau and Lucas. Lucas, you hear all this happening and like the fire, like the pistol shots being at the door and the kind of clinking off of it, and then the door opening and then some hollering. And Cerveau, you're in front of two people currently, as they are just staring at you with their guns raised at you.
They came out of the door?
They did.
I'm going to quickly put my gun behind my back and say, "Is this not the entrance?"
Okay. I'm going to see if he realizes, because he was one of the ones that was in the kitchen, if he realizes that you were just in the facility. Let's see. We got a 6 plus what is his perception? We got a 15. He just stares at you. No, this is not the entrance. You were just in there.
Yeah, I thought this might be a different entrance.
What is it you want before I shoot you?
One, I don't want you to shoot me, so we can make that clear right now. We were trying to find a way to issue a complaint about the food.
This is
At
also
any point,
one that has like lettuce on his shirt, because this is the one that Lucas threw it at. So he just kind of stands there. I think a complaint has been made. And at this time, what is Lucas doing?
I was just to say, at any point, he hears the gunshot, so I think he's gonna round the corner. And to see the guns pointed, the guy with the lettuce, and just, oh, fuck.
And hearing that guy with the lettuce turns around and points his gun at you. Was throwing a turkey sandwich not good enough? What do you want?
I mean, I thought it was clear. A better sandwich.
How about the next time you come in, we'll give you a free one on the house. I don't know if you can tell, but the fire alarms are going off. You two are standing very suspiciously behind our deli.
And you're the one pointing guns. I mean...
Yeah, is this how you respond to a complaint? Violence?
Where can we leave a review? It's not going to be very many stars.
SandersonsDeli.com.
Silver, we're not getting anywhere, are we? This is like as quiet as you can to Cerveau.
Oh, okay. I think Cerveau just sort of shake his head back and forth. And he looked back at Lucas. Is there any way I can try to discern? I don't know how to ask this, or if it's even possible. I can discern what Lucas is planning to do next. Does he look poised to start shooting? Does it look like he wants to back off? What sort of... Can I perceive a vibe or a look, or having done a few missions with this guy?
Well, I was going to say the next thing Lucas was going to ask is like, well, we were supposed to do this quiet. It doesn't seem like that's an option anymore.
No, I don't think it is.
Okay. That's enough.
Alrighty. As you both are kind of like, this is supposed to be quiet, this is going quiet, and kind of like getting ready for combat, we're going to pan over to Fang, who is in the bathroom. What are you doing in the bathroom? You managed to sneak away from the other two that were in there and just kind of making sure that everybody was out before they went out as well. You were in the bathroom. The fire alarm is going off. The sprinklers are going off. What are you doing?
Okay, so did I notice the other two that were in there heading towards the back?
I will say you got in the bathroom, closed the door. So the two that were going towards the back for the shooting, yes, I'd say you noticed that they went to the back. You don't know about the last two that were standing in there to make sure everybody was out. Mm-hmm. But I will say you did see two people kind of go to the back and a lot of people starting heading to the front. And then the two people that were in the center that were waiting to see if everybody else got out, that were momentarily distracted, but you don't know where those two went.
Okay. So alarms are going off, sprinklers are going off. Is it possible Well. New idea. How long is it gonna take, though? I think. Oh, we might just try it. We might go for it. Okay, so I think what Fang's gonna do is, with the alarms being as loud as they are, she's going to climb back into the vent.
Alrighty,
And
roll me acrobatics to make sure you can get up there properly without getting yourself hurt. It is loud. It's very wet in here, and with the sprinklers, everything is slippery. Take -2 to your roll.
do you mean athletics or?
Yes, athletics. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, here we go. First roll. Oh, okay. 15 minus 2, so 13.
That's still pretty good. You're able to slide up in there and start making your way down that vent system that you have been in before. Where are you going?
I'm headed straight to the office where I saw the Karoshi eye.
Okay. When you start making your way, you can hear the dents of the vent as you are making your way, but it's so loud, you're not 100% certain if anybody has caught on to that. You do make your way around, and you are now above the room where you saw Boss Man and the cook that was in the back talking, and where you saw the little Karoshi eye in a bag on a desk.
Okay.
What do you do now?
So, can I see anyone else in the room?
Currently in that room, you roll me a perception.
Oh. Perception. 14.
With a 14, you do not currently see anybody in that room. You see the station where the eye is. You see a computer that is on, that it's kind of starting to like fry a little bit because of all the sprinklers and everything that's coming down, and it's not like wet protected. But you do see it, and you do not see anybody else in that room.
So I think Fang is going to, you said it's like a 10 foot.
It's a 10-foot drop.
Okay. So she's 5'4", so it's only like a 5-foot drop, right? Well, no, because she's up in the ceiling.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're gonna stick with the plan. She's going to try to get out of the vent in the office, drop down, and grab the eye.
Alrighty, roll me a contortionist to see if you can get through the hole without hurting anything and getting caught on anything.
I used to have points in contortionist.
Oh,
and
you
then I was
moved
like,
contortionist points!
Yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna need it. I put it in dance because, you know, that's what
Because why not?
I bet Candy Cane is a high contortionist score.
Mm-hmm.
for pounding. Yeah. Okay, so that is an 8.
All right, and 8, you do feel a part of your, like, you're wearing a jacket hoodie, right?
Yeah.
You do feel a
Yeah.
part of that get caught on the side, and it does rip, and you do have a hole in the side of your hoodie now, as the fabric is now stuck in the hole for the vent. But you are able to get out of the hole and land. I need you to roll me an athletics to see how well you land.
16.
With a 16, yeah, you were good as you land, managing not to like have that pain that shoots up from your feet to your knees when you land on something too hard. You managed to avoid that as you are now in the room.
Perfect. So she's going to make her way to the eye and take it.
Alrighty, and as you take the eye, it is still slightly warm, and you get the sense this was recently removed. This gig is pretty quick from when it was taken to now. Maybe last night, as it still has a little bit of warmth to it. But you are able to grab the bag. But where do you go now? There's no exit.
Okay. So can Fang put her ear up to the door and see if she can hear anyone else inside?
Roll me perception.
13.
With a 13, you do not hear anything.
Okay, so I think she pockets the eye deep in her pocket so no one knows. And then she's going to very quietly just kind of open the door and kind of peek out.
You're able to peek out and you do not see anybody in that kitchen area because that is where that door connects. You still hear those sirens going off for the fire alarm. The sprinklers are still coming down. The floor is extremely wet. You do not have no slip shoes on and you don't see anybody currently.
Okay. I think she's going to step out and she's going to kind of like she's going to put on this like fast walking kind of panicking exterior just in case there are other people inside of the restaurant. So she looks like she's panicking from the alarms and everything, and she's going to make her way towards the entrance.
Alrighty. And as you're making your way to the entrance, roll me another perception check.
This is 11.
You don't see anything as you start making your way in a panicked fashion to the entrance, and you notice there is a crowd in front of Sanderson's Deli now of all the people that were currently here, all of the personnel that were here, and they're kind of like in a little panic state too as you make your way out. But with an 11, you do see the same person who escorted Lucas out is staring you down.
She walks out. She's like, "Oh my gosh, I was in the bathroom. I was pants down and everything. Like, that's scary. Are we okay?"
And the lady from earlier responds, "Oh, I know that number 4 is terrible, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, like it's good at the beginning, but then it sits weird, and he sometimes I might need to Delta, and get back home. Kind of feel it.
Oh, yeah, no, completely understandable. Yeah, no, go take care of yourself. I haven't seen any, like, I think the fire department's on their way, and I haven't seen any. It doesn't look like the building's on fire, and she kind of starts rambling.
So then, like, you'll see Fang just kind of like, she's still like panicking and kind of looking around to see if she can find anybody that she recognizes, and just trying to fit in with the crowd of worried onlookers.
Roll me an acting.
God, I should not. Acting. Oops. God. Well, that was a quick fail. So. -7?
-7.
-6.
-6. You look worried, but not because the fire alarms are going off. And at this time, you do start to hear the fire station, the fire truck sirens getting closer and closer and closer. And with that, we're going to pan back over to Lucas and Cerveau as you two are standing in the back with Purple and Lettuce Man. What are you two doing?
I'm pretty sure I didn't hear it, but did Fang let us know that she got the eye?
At the time, no. She was still in a rush getting out, and but if that's gonna be like her next thing is like texting, being like, "Oh my god," like making it look like she's texting her friend like, "This place is on fire. It's so crazy. Wow." But she's just gonna message you guys about it. But
alrighty, let's go ahead and go to that. So you're messaging the group?
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and message the group. What are you saying as you look worried? Not about this fire though.
She's gonna keep her hand on her stomach and whip out her agent and just kind of like, she'll have this face of like this is crazy, and she'll message, have the eye out front. Where are you guys? That's it.
And with that message, now we're going to pan over to Lucas and Cerveau. You hear your agent's ding.
Can I? So I was trying to hide my pistol behind my back when they came out. I don't know how well of a job I did with that, but if I could sort of tuck it into my waistband and pull my hand out empty and say, "I'm sorry, I really need to take this," and point to my agent.
Roll a conceal.
12.
Okay. With that, you do beat there, so they do not notice. And Lettuce Man just turns his head. His gun's still pointing to Lucas, and turns his head to you. You could just leave and take it elsewhere.
Yeah, that's a good point. We certainly could. I just didn't want to make a sudden movement while you have your gun pointed at me, just because we didn't like your food. You already seem a little bit on edge, and I don't want to, initiate further.
Says the person who just put 12 bullets in my door.
It's possible that was an overreaction, but now I feel like it's shifted a bit to you. If you'll just let me check my agent.
Just leave.
You're not gonna shoot us when we leave just because we didn't like the food?
You're making me want to. Just leave.
Okay, we get your word. And we'll start backing up around the corner of the alley.
Just backing up, still facing this guy, not turning. Lucas isn't turning his back to him. But as he rounds the corner, like put up a finger gun, just go, just like blow air out of his mouth, like, and just continue walking back.
All right. And you two are able to start walking back. And you can check your phone if you wish. Or your agent.
Yeah, I know we would. I think we both would.
Yeah.
And you do see the message from Fang saying that she has the eye.
I think she just said that she was. I think she just asked where we were, right?
You said you had the eye. Where are you, right?
Said, I have the eye. I'm pretty sure I said out front. I'm at the entrance.
Oh, okay.
I think. Where are you guys?
I think I'm just looking and be like, "Oh, we're good. Okay, cool."
Just about started a firefight for nothing, but I guess maybe wouldn't be the first time.
No, I mean, we were ready if it came to it. But now, I don't think we left any clues behind.
Now we don't have to worry about anything. Easy job.
Yeah, let's get paid. And I'll just start strolling out of the alleyway.
Before Lucas leaves the alleyway, I guess he'll ask Cerveau, "Can you let me know, is the boss man right around the corner? I know he wouldn't be fond of me if he saw me walking out."
Yeah, I'll take a look. Do I know what the boss man looks like? Or could Lucas give me a brief description? What's he look like?
Well, didn't he see him being escorted out?
Oh, yeah, you would have seen... Well, no, you would have seen him escorted out. You just didn't see what happened after he was escorted out. So, yeah, you do know what he looks like.
Still give a brief synopsis of whatever the guy looks like in case.
Yeah, and so Cerveau, I just sort of put my hands in my tracksuit jacket and just like walk around the alley just whistling and look around and see if I see this person.
Roll me perception.
Human perception, is that it? Or just regular perception?
Just regular perception.
15.
With a 15, you do see the boss man out front, and he does not look happy.
Is he looking at the alleyway?
He's not looking at the alleyway.
I'll sort of step back in and say, I think he's out here, but he's not looking this direction if we wanted to sneak away. Meet up with Fang later.
Lucas would just nod his head. And if I remember correctly, with the tech hair, you can like kind of change it, like the length and stuff at will, right? Okay. As he's walking out, he's just gonna make himself bald, or at least the buzz cut. I don't know what's possible. So, just to change his appearance a little bit and continue walking away.
Okay. You're able to do that. And it doesn't like you don't know where Boss Man is, but you don't get the sense anybody's looking at you.
Then keep walking to if we see Fang or if wherever the Combi's parked.
Making your way to the Combi.
Same. And I guess I'd message the group and say, well, we'll meet at the ride with a question mark.
Fang will reply Nova.
And is Fang making her way to the Combi too?
Yeah, I think she put her agent away, kind of like look back at the building, and then look around, and then just kind of shrug and start making her way towards the Combi.
Alrighty, you're able to make your way to the Combi, and at this time, the fire truck is arriving to Sanderson's Deli as everything is still hear the sirens go, and you still hear the sprinklers going off and everything in the building. But you three are able to make it to the Combi and reconvene.
Your plan worked. Got a little heated back there.
Yeah. Guess it's a good thing the fire alarm's turned on, huh?
Yeah. I mean, hopefully the panic sort of helps cover everything up. I don't think we left a lot of trace or anything. They might remember what we look like for a little bit. Might not want to grab lunch there anytime soon.
Wasn't planning on it. I don't think I'm allowed back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. That's fair.
Fang will kind of look at the hole in her jacket. It's one of my favorite jacket.
I have a sewing kit somewhere. I've used it for the seats. You can try.
Well, I guess how different is it from sewing up an arm? You know?
I've sewn up seats.
Good for you.
I don't sew, but I'm sure between the two of you can figure it out.
All right, cool. All right. Well, I have it. Did it. Now what?
Well, good job. It worked out. Above table, do we know where we're supposed to bring this thing again? I had the drop off.
Yes.
I don't have it written down. I wish I did.
So y'all are to place it in a drop box outside of Cubarama, and the code to put it in that drop box is PC Arturus.
No
Do
other
we know-
stops. I assume we're headed right there.
I don't have anything else. I want to get this out of my pocket.
Yeah, what's it look like?
Can Fang look around and just see if anyone may have followed or is looking at them or something?
Are y'all sitting in the parking lot still, or have you all started to move?
Yeah, are we
We
in
parked
the
like a
Combi?
couple blocks away, didn't we?
Thought we parked a little ways away, but I could be wrong.
We
Y'all,
parked at the bar.
yeah, which was about a few, like you said, a few blocks away. At the Klep is where y'all are parked at.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, the clip.
I haven't started driving yet.
Haven't started driving yet. Okay.
We're just still sitting there.
Alrighty. With just still sitting there, roll me a perception check.
Seven. 17.
With a 17, you don't see anything at this moment. You don't see anybody around the combi, nothing like that.
All right. She'll take it out of her pocket. Say we probably should get going. She'll
Fair.
hand the eye over to Cerveau since he wanted to see it.
Ooh. Is there anything remarkable, distinguishable about it, or does it just look like an eye?
Roll me basic tech.
$18.
With an 18, this is a high-end eye. And as you're looking it over, the iris is made to be this pretty blue, but it also has this like neon yellow ring on the outside of it, like the outer rim. You can see Kuroshi 2046 underneath it. And with an 18, at the very back, you see a PC stamp.
Do I know what that means? Because that's also part of the drop-off code.
Roll me a concentration check.
10.
You don't know.
Anybody know what PC means?
Would Fang have any knowledge with possibly installing a Kuroshi eye or two?
Roll me a concentration check.
16.
With a 16, you know that most Ripper docs, and knowing Kuroshi as well, Kuroshi doesn't typically have stamps on the very back, like where the retina is, like where the installation plugs are that connect to the optical nerve of your brain. This is where that stamp is located. But you have heard that some corporations will stamp their stuff, their Rippers, leave their marks.
Like signing a signature on an art piece.
That or branding it as theirs. It is their property. You were granted this by that corporation.
Okay. All right. She'll say, I mean, I've heard of corporations, Ripper Docs stamping cybernetics as a sign of possession. That makes sense.
So it's like a brand or like a
Yeah.
PC.
It
Said
belongs
corpse
to
do this?
yeah.
Persona Craft?
PC.
Mm. Is that why they wanted this dude's eye? Because why would you want a random eye? I mean, it looks like a nice one. But
No.
Server, roll me concentration check.
12.
You have 2 files you never read?
I do.
Are we driving at this point? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Sometime during that, we would have started. So,
Okay.
All right, you're starting driving. Roll me a perception check, if you would. All of you.
oh, okay. First roll with the Cyberpunk dice.
Yay!
Here we go.
14.
13.
11.
Okay, with those rolls, if you roll a 12 or higher, you notice every turn you've made, there are some people following you.
Like 1 car, 2 cars.
You see 1 ground car and 2 bikes.
And we all pick up on that?
If you rolled a 12 or higher, so I think everybody but Cerveau.
He's busy looking at the eye or something. I don't know.
Yeah. You just focus in on that PC logo.
I don't think we're alone.
I think maybe a few more people wanted that eye too. And just points to the rear view mirror as people are following.
What I noticed at this point.
If it's been pointed out. Yep, pointed. Blah, blah. If it's been pointed out.
Outed.
I grabbed a few files from their subnet back there. I can check those out if maybe we can, I don't know, take some odd turns, take the long way home.
Yeah. We'll see what they do. And we'll just keep driving around until they make a move. I don't think Luke's would do anything to throw a sandwich at the bee's nest or something. So.
And every turn you make, every move you make, they are watching you as you keep going, and they follow to a T, staying a couple car links back. But every time you turn. They are on your tail, and they know exactly what they're looking for. As every move you make, they're right there.
All right, so we're not losing them. Drive faster or engage them? Part did they want quiet? Just the pickup or the whole thing?
I don't know if Rose specified. I think it was just general quietude. While we're driving, can I check out the files in my deck?
Yes, you can. So as you check these files, I actually need you to make an ID. Because you just copied them. You did not actually identify them.
Seven.
You haven't been able to break it yet.
How many times do I get to try?
3.
I'll try again. 8.
Nope.
Okay, I'll try one more time. As a crit success, so that's 14 plus 5, 19.
With the 19, you are able to open both of these files and understand what the files actually mean. The first one is a gambling file. There are lots of names on here. But you see Arcturus lost 50,000 eddies and is in Kuroshi. He lost it in a gambling match.
It's pretty desperate, sort of betting your body parts. Okay.
And the next one is a cybernetics list. And this included all of the cybernetics that they had on the premise of Sanderson's Deli back where the Ripper Dock was. There are a lot of names on here. Lots of cyberware has been connected or collected. But you do see Arcturus's name on the list with his expensive Kuroshi model next to his name. And this is a very expensive Kuroshi model, one that has not been released yet.
I'd share that kind of information as we're driving. You know, this eye is like state of the art. This dude lost at gambling. Clearly desperate or got some kind of problem because he was 50,000 eddies in the hole, and then he threw his eye down. But it also seems like some sort of like chop shop, some sort of like scav business. I don't know, but like they get a lot of people's parts back there.
It was an entire operation.
And clearly this Arcturus is some sort of corp that obviously doesn't want to be caught gambling away loaned property.
Just sounds like bad decision making if you start pawning off your body parts for gambling.
Yeah, it does.
You said it was state of the art, though. How much are we getting paid for this again?
You know, that's a good question because I feel like it was not 50,000 eddies
I don't think it was
or
close to
state of
that.
the art eye.
I think I'd remember that.
Yeah, that seems pretty high.
Did
What
we
do we
even get
know?
a number? Didn't. I don't think Red told us. We just kind of accepted it.
What if we let her know that we have it? And then, you know, she's in it for the eddies too. Maybe we can put the squeeze on whoever gave her this job and get a bit more out of it.
Yeah,
I'm open for that. I think there's a possibility here to make a little more.
but
It's
we
not
still
usually
have.
what I'm about, but this seems easy.
We still have, and she points to the back, out the window.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Is there anything distinguishable about the vehicles that they're in?
Roll me a perception check.
Can we all do it?
Yeah.
Please, because that was a crit failure. How does I crit failed twice? How does a
failed too.
7 sound? Yeah, we're pros.
So a 7.
Hopefully a 12
A
is enough.
negative 1.
-1 and a 12. So a 12 just passes. You realize as you are kind of looking through your mirrors and looking at the rearview mirror to see who is following you, one of the person on the bikes has that same fucking shirt with the lettuce that was on it, and you can still see the stain that is there.
It's the deli guys.
Ah, fuck.
They must know what it's worth. I mean, they can't just we can't leave well enough alone. So, I don't know.
Oh.
I mean,
Were they watching us when we left? How'd they know?
lettuce guy keeps showing up for some reason. That guy's he's got a vendetta.
Guy's a Venus.
Straight Venus. Took the word right out of my mouth.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember anyone following. I don't know if we really did a good job of covering our tracks, but
Anywhere where you can think of they wouldn't follow us? I mean, people don't like Pacifica. We could head down that way. Not that I want to take them back to where I live, but people don't like to just hang around in there.
I don't have any place specific to go, but I can try and dust them in this old shithole. This old wow, words. Oh my gosh.
I mean, Night City is a shithole.
Shit bucket with wheels is what I meant to say. I don't know why I said hole. Nah, this is oof. All right. Maybe.
It's okay. We're all doing it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry.
So are y'all speeding up? Slowing down?
Speeding up, I think.
All
That's
right.
what Lucas has proposed.
Lucas is driving.
With Lucas driving, they notice that you are speeding up. I need you all to roll initiative.
boo.
Like for combat?
Uh-huh.
I can never
What is
remember. It's
Ref
a
plus a
D10
D10.
plus a ref.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, not bad.
11.
12.
I got a 10.
Got a 10.
Look at that, right in a row, sequential.
So how we're going to do this is bike number 2 gets to go first. That's the one with Lettuce Boy. bike number 1 has the woman Ripper Doc that you all saw coming out of the back. And it does look like they have jacked themselves into their bike, so both of their hands are free. Does not look like they are actually driving with their hands at the current moment. And then we have the ground car that is following you as well. And with y'all's initiatives, y'all go last. However, the driver always gets to go first of the car. So Lucas, you go first, then Cerveau, then Fang. So our current order is bike number 2, bike number 1, the ground car, Lucas, Cerveau, and then Fang. And how this works, I don't have a moving map, so this is going to be theater of the mind. But you do see bike number 1 and bike number 2, they start coming up on the sides of the combi. Lucas's combi has 70 HP because you have the heavy chassis, so you get 20 extra HP to your car. And then they are on the sides of your vehicle, and they are going to take a shot. Who is in the front of the car? Lucas's driver's seat. Who's passenger princess?
I don't know. I didn't think to specify.
It's typically been Fang. I kind of assumed that Fang is always in the passenger seat.
Alrighty.
That's fair.
With that, they are going to, glass does not count as cover. So they are going to try and shoot through the glass at both Lucas and Fang. So the first person is going to take their pistol, and you can tell that they are able to drive with their interface plugs and actually hold up their pistol, and they're going to take 2 shots. First is going to be at Lucas, since Lucas is the driver. So that is going to be 21 to hit on that first one, Lucas. But since it's going through the window and at you specifically, you can dodge.
Yeah, I got a 19 for dodge, so.
Alrighty. So this is going to hit for... All right, that is going to be 4, 10, 11 points of damage. I don't think that that gets through your armor, so your armor is not ablated. And you take no damage from that. And he's going to take his next shot at you, and that is going to be a 22 to hit, which you can also dodge.
Nope, dodge was less than that.
It's going to be 6, 11, plus, that's going to be 14 points of damage. So that does get through your armor for 3 points of damage, I believe.
4.
4, okay.
Because the armor goes down to 10 from the first shot.
Since it did not go through your armor, though, it does not damage your armor.
Oh, that's right.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, so that's right.
Yeah, so 3 points of damage as that one kind of comes in and like nicks the side of your shoulder, and it does blow out the window of your car. But it didn't hit your car besides the window, but it does blow out the window. And the other person is going to go for Fang, and that is a crit fail. So -6. So that would have been 1 plus 6, 7. So we're at 1 plus 10. So an 11 to hit. That does not hit for that first one. And then again, taking another shot at you. That is going to be 3 plus 6, 9 plus 10, 19 to hit, which does hit. And that is going to be, don't mind that one, that one fell. 11, 12, 13 points of damage. So you take 2 as it does mess up your armor, and your armor goes down by 1. And again, your other passenger window is broken. And then behind you, the ground car is starting to speed up behind you, and they're going to try and ram you and run into the back of your vehicle. And that is going to be with a ram. Your car, unfortunately, cannot dodge, as they are both, as you both are going to take 6d6s to your vehicle as they hit the back, and it's going to crunch the back of your car in. And that is going to be 5, 10, 16, 20, plus 29 points of damage to both vehicles.
Hang on, I gotta write that down somewhere. Let me get that. Okay.
Alrighty.
You said it was 70?
Your car has 70. and just took 29 points of damage to both vehicles. And everybody has the whiplash condition now as that vehicle rams into the back of Lucas's car, crunches the back of the vehicle, and the back glass shatters, and everybody's head whips forward. It is now all of your goes with Lucas first.
Okay. So, if I can know, the ram move, does that happen if you bump into any car at all, or is it only if you're speeding up?
It happens if you impact anything. So that
Anything.
Yep. Whenever you drive a vehicle into something with HP, whether it be a pedestrian, a piece of cover, or another vehicle, both your vehicle and the pedestrian, piece of cover, or other vehicle take 66 damage, and everyone involved in the crash suffers whiplash.
So, okay, yeah, so then even if, say he were to swerve to the left a little bit and just try to guide this bike into something, like just the impact of that would count as the ramming.
Yep.
Okay.
But being a nomad, you do know bikes don't have very much stability. So that could very easily take a bike out.
Yeah. I think he's gonna try, because he can drive one-handed, I would assume, right?
Yeah,
We covered
you
that.
can drive one-handed.
We'll try and shoot the tire of... Is the lettuce guy on the left or the right?
We're going to say he's on the right.
On the right, okay. So then, I guess, on his side, the driver's side, left side, he'll try to shoot the tire of that bike.
Okay. And with doing a weak point to a vehicle, you roll like you normally roll, but you take -8 to your roll, but you do double the damage to that point.
Right, and I think we'll use 4 luck points for that.
Go for it. And your DV is going to be a 13.
Okay. Math. 18?
Yes, that
17?
hits. 17 hits. All you needed was a 13, so go ahead and roll your damage and double it.
Gotcha. Okay, we got triple threes, so 9, so 18.
And there is no armor on a vehicle, so that vehicle, you hit that tire, and you can almost tell that it's starting to go flat, but it's still up as you do 18 points of damage to it. And he looks like he's about to lose control for a second. But manages to keep it up as he is still going, and you still have another shot.
We'll do that one more time.
Go for it. 13 is your DV.
23.
23 hits. Roll your damage.
8, so then 16.
All right, 16. It's starting to smoke.
That other one is aimed at the tire as well.
Okay, it's aimed at the tire as well. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was 16 doubled?
Sorry, it was 8 doubled.
8 doubled. Got it. Alrighty. I did make a mistake here. It says if you do aim a shot, you can only aim one shot at a vehicle's weak point. But since we've already done that, we're going to go ahead and take it. And what's 18 plus 16? Is that
22? No, 32. Sorry.
32? Okay, yes, it's still standing, but it is smoking. You can tell it's barely hanging on, and he looks like he's about to lose control of that vehicle. With that, is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
No, 34. Right?
34.
Yeah, that makes a difference. It's 34.
Okay.
Yeah, 34.
It does make a difference, but it's still going. Just barely.
Then I don't know if I have to say I'm continuing moving, continuing driving. I don't know.
Continuing at your same speed? Slowing down or anything?
I assume it would it be an action to go faster yet, or?
I believe it would be faster or if you're trying to go faster than your normal move, then it would be a full action to do.
Okay, then we're sticking at the speed we're
Sticking
going.
at the speed we're going. Alrighty. And with that, Cerveau, you are up. Lettuce Boy's having a hard time on his bike over there.
And I see this happening. I see him getting shot at.
I'd say yes, as you hear these pistols go off and these honks happening and everything. I think that you know what's happening.
Sounds like typical Night City traffic. Do I have a clear shot at the tire that Lucas is shooting at?
It'll be a -8 to your roll, but yes.
I think I'll do that, though, and I'll add some luck points to it. Did I get luck points for the recap?
You did.
3 of them?
Yes.
I'm going to use all 3 of those.
Okay. You can hold on to those until after you roll, since those are special.
Okay. Let me add 2 of my normal luck points then.
Go for it. You need a 13.
To the roll. And a 13 -8, so really I need to beat like a 21, I guess. Actually, no. Let me add a few more points to that then. Let me add 4 of my normal luck points to that.
All right.
Okay. Come on. Darn. I rolled an 8.
You rolled
so
an
plus 3
8.
more, I wouldn't do it. So yeah, I totally whiffed.
All right, so you take that shot, and since it is an aim shot, they are supposed to be 1 at a go, so that is everything you can do unless there's something in the car you would like to do. As you do take that shot, and it goes wide.
No, nothing else in the car.
All righty, with that, Fang, you are up.
Okay, so the female, the Ripper Doc, is
On your side.
right at the window.
Yes.
How close is she?
She is within 6 yards, so that DV for a pistol would be 13.
Okie dokie. Well, she's going to use her shotgun instead.
And you are not driving, so you can use both hands, yes.
So she's going to aim her shotgun right at the Ripper Doc. And she's going to shoot for, where is it? It's a shoulder arm, right?
Yes.
18.
18 is going to hit, and you're not aiming at a weakened point, you're aiming at her?
At her.
At her, okay. All righty.
And that is 5d6.
5d6s.
Dang it. Okay. 6, 10, 15, 16, and 19 points of damage.
All righty, 19. She does not take the full 19 as you do hit her with a shotgun. That is going to be... All right, so you do 12 points of damage to her, and her armor does get messed up as those... or as that slug manages to pierce her armor, and it just seems like she's having a little bit of a hard time. Looks like she's about to lose control of the vehicle. We're actually going to roll for her, since she is on a bike, to see if she loses control of the car. Let's see. Do So she does manage to keep a hold of the car as you do hit her with that shotgun. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
I don't think so. She can't really move anywhere, so she's...
Can't really move. You are in the front seat, and the shotgun does have an ROF of 1. So yes, alrighty. With that, Cerveau, will you roll me a d10?
Sure thing. I got a 5. It's a scary roll right in the middle.
Alrighty. You all start to see one of the lights turns red, and people are starting to cross the crosswalk. You all need to either plow through the pedestrians, or you're going to need to do a maneuver here. As we're still continuing, they're not moving. They're going to try and attack Lucas's car. They're going to aim a shot at your tires. That is going to be a 7 plus 6 for a 23 plus 10. That is 23 plus, yeah, wait, 7 plus 6. That's 13. That's a 23 minus 8. Would still hit the tire. So that is going to be 5, 6, 7, 12 points, 24 doubled as he aims at one of your tires. And then she's also going to do the same. She's going to aim at one of your... She crit failed. So let's see. That is going to be 1 plus 6. That's 7. 17 minus 8. She will not hit your tire and misses her shot completely. And then in the ground cars behind you, they start to... You see one person having a pistol out. Another person is leaning out of the car and is going to try and hit you. And they are currently a little bit further away since they are technically behind you. So their DV is going to be a 15. They are going to try to aim at your tires as well. That is a 13, 19, will not hit. And the next one is going to be 14, 20, will not hit, as they both try to aim at your car as well, and they miss. But it is your turn now. And you see pedestrians crossing the highway as you're getting further into Night City and it's getting more crowded. What do you do?
I assume an action for a maneuver.
Action for a maneuver.
Do a jump.
Is there anything to ramp off of?
People?
That'd be fun.
That kid walking across the street.
Yeah, well, he couldn't support a car ramping off of him, so.
Hey, kid, get down on your hands and knees.
But yeah, it is a full action to do a maneuver.
Ooh. Would as a sharp turn, would that count like a hairpin turn? Like just slamming on the brake and just trying to turn like a 180?
I think that's a bootleg.
Is that what a bootleg is?
I think that's what a bootleg is. I'm not 100% certain, but let me double check. What is a bootleg turn? What is a bootleg turn? But I think that's what a 180 is. A driving maneuver where a car quickly reverses its direction by 180 degrees. Yes. Okay. So it is a bootleg turn. You need a 17.
Well, I have the 18 as long as I just don't roll the nat 1. That was a 2, so we're good.
Nice. So yes, you are able to very quickly. Do you want to describe how you're able to do this bootleg turn as these pedestrians are crossing the street?
He probably waits until the last second to do it, but just slams on the brakes and just yanks the wheel to do the 180. Ideally in the same lane if he can be that precise, just so he doesn't hit anything else. And then just burnt rubber and smoke kick up in the air as he is just laying on the gas to reverse direction.
Nice. And you do hear some gasps from the pedestrians and screaming. You hear the honks of the other people in this area as you are able to manage that bootleg turn. And you're going the other direction now. And while you have done that bootlegged turn, what is Cerveau doing?
I think Cerveau would probably be hanging onto the seats and going, shit! Is that an action?
If there's something else you would like to do as you were screaming shit and hearing the horns and the screaming happening and the burnt rubber smell reaches your nose, you may try to do something if you would like.
Would that kind of maneuver... So I guess help me understand the sequence of things. It's right after the turn, or this is during the turn?
This is all happening at the same time.
Okay, I don't even know if I'd be able to aim a shot at all during that. So I think I would just be hanging on for dear life, yeah.
All right, hanging on for dear life. Fang, is there anything you would like to do as y'all are doing this 180?
How hard would it be to shoot as we're doing the turn?
It actually doesn't say. So I'm going to say, like, you'd be able to get an attack off with, let's say, a -2 modifier. Okay,
well, I think as that's happening, Fang, she's still got her shotgun out the window, aiming at that Ripper Doc. And I think she's gonna try to take a shot.
All right, go for it.
As we're in the middle of a turn.
As you're in the middle of that turn. With your shotgun, you need to beat again, 13.
17.
17, you hit her.
Nice. And we got 10, 19, 20 point. Oh, sorry, no. 17 points of damage.
All right, 17 points of damage. She is bloody. You've broken the visor on her helmet, but she is still not standing, but driving next to you as you all are going into this bootlegged turn. She is not feeling good, but she is still up. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
She would probably try to brace herself against the door and just kind of scream a little bit.
Alrighty. And as you all do that, they have to do the same thing in order to keep up with you. So we're going to see Lettuce is barely hanging on. So we're going to see if Lettuce can do a bootleg. He also needs a 17 in order to do this. And this is going to be a 2 plus 6. That's 8 plus 10. He gets an 18. He is able to keep up as you do that bootleg, and it's like he slams on his brakes, and you see that front wheel go, or the back wheel go up, and he manages to switch it, and he is now coming the same way you all are. You also see the Ripper Doc does it as well with a little bit more precision, and the ground car, since they were behind you, they crit with so that would have been 14 plus 10, 24 plus 6. So they make a 30, and they actually keep up with you as you all hear the honking and the screaming as no pedestrians get hit as that bootleg turn comes around. And that is there goes. It is now back to Lucas. What are you doing?
Let's see. So they all made the turn?
They all made the turn.
Made the turn. We're gonna make another turn. We're gonna try to make a sharp turn down whatever road is shooting off to, we'll say, the right side of us. No. Well, is the left side clear? Is the oncoming traffic lane clear? Can we make that turn?
You can make that turn.
Cool. I rolled a 6, so it's 20 something.
You're able to make that turn very easily, and that takes up your whole movement as you get the swerving going down that left way. And with that, Cerveau, what are you doing?
Is there anyone I can take a shot at?
Lettuce is still on the same side.
Let's start shooting at Lettuce, but I'm going to shoot at Lettuce himself, not his bike.
You notice the bike is smoking, and you do not have to take an aim shot at it.
I don't have to aim at the bike? Or I don't have to take an aim shot to hit a weak point?
You don't have to go for the weak points. It just takes normal damage, though.
Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, sure. 17.
17 hits. All you need is a 13.
5 points.
Alrighty. 5 points. How do you want to do this?
We're moving really fast, so I can't make it like a witty remark. I think I would just be sort of like sidearm shooting it. So hopefully I would just hit it, and then there'd be nothing fancy about it.
And as you do hit it, that bike does explode. And Lettuce is now completely engulfed in flames as you take out Lettuce Boy on his bike. And with that, you still have another shot if you want to take it.
So Cerveau would be like, oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. And I'd look out the other window and shoot. Is it the Ripper Doc on that side?
Ripper Doc's on the other side with the ground car behind you.
I'd shoot at her then, yeah.
Go for it. You shooting at her or her bike? I will say her bike looks pristine.
Let's roll for it. I'm shooting at her.
Go for it.
It's a 13 on the dot.
Yeah, it hits.
Oh, okay. Cool. I got 2 1s, so I did double.
Has to be double sixes.
I know. 2 points.
2 points. Wait. Only 2? You roll 3d6s, right?
Oh, I should have rolled. I forgot to roll 3. It's heavy pistol. So the last one, I already took out Lettuce. He's dead. But let me add 1 more d6 to that. And it's a 2, so 4 points.
All right, 4 points. As you do that, 4 points, you notice it bounces off her armor and does nothing to her. Is there anything else you do on your turn?
No, that'll be all.
All right, with that, Fang, you're up. What are you doing?
All right. Can I still see that Ripper Duck?
You can.
Perfect. I am going to take another shot.
Go for it.
Okay. That is going to be 17.
17 hits.
17 and... Oops. Okay. 10, 14, 20 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
I guess, so as the sequence of events, so Lucas made that sharp left turn. Am I shooting as we're turning?
You're shooting as you're turning because each action, and since you all are in the same car, this is a 3-second action.
Second action. Okay. So she'll, as that turn is happening, she kind of braces her arm against the bottom part where the window rises up. I don't know what that's called. And she'll aim her shotgun at that Ripper Doc, and I don't think she'll say anything. She'll just kind of scream a little bit, like a yell. Yeah. And just squeeze one off.
All right. And she, as soon as you squeeze it off, it hits her and it actually knocks her off of her bike, and her bike continues without her as her helmet completely shatters with that shotgun blast to the face pretty much. And she is gone. That leaves the ground car with the 2 people behind you, and they are following pretty quickly. With that, Fang, will you roll me a d10?
Of course. 8.
8. With an 8, Lucas, you know traffic is starting to come up and it's starting to pile up, and you're going to have to figure out a way to get through this traffic, as there are a lot of cars swerving in and out or slamming on their brakes. And with that, the ground car is up, and you do see a pistol out the side window and a person hanging out of the other one, and they are going to take a shot at your vehicle. And the first one does not hit. The next one also does not hit as they go wide, and you can hear those pistol shots coming at the sides of your vehicle, but they do not hit your vehicle. And with that, Lucas, you're up.
Muted. There we go. Is there a lot of foot traffic on the sidewalks and everything?
Roll me a d10.
4.
You see 2 people.
Would they be easy enough to avoid?
If you swerve.
We're gonna swerve then.
All
and
right.
We're gonna start driving on the sidewalk if there are a ton of cars in the way.
Go for it. You need to beat a 13.
All right, we rolled a 2, so we're good again.
We're good again. All righty.
We're playing with it.
We're playing with that crit fail. But you do manage to swerve onto the sidewalk, and the ground car behind you will act accordingly in just a second. Cerveau, what are you doing as y'all are getting onto the sidewalk and avoiding the people on the sidewalk, and you are now not on the road anymore?
No, but our back glass is smashed out, isn't it?
It is.
I'm going to turn around and fire at the vehicle behind us.
Alrighty, are you aiming for the vehicle's weak point, or are you aiming at the driver?
I'm just blasting.
Alrighty.
Still a 13? Nope, didn't get that one. But I'll shoot again.
Go for it.
14, just barely.
Roll your damage.
13 points.
You do the 13 points against the ground car behind you as you hit the front of the vehicle, and you do knock out some of the front of the glass. Is there anything else I do any turn?
Hang on for dear life.
Hang on for dear life. Fang, it is your turn.
Okay. So you said there's someone hanging out the side of the other
There
car.
is.
Could Fang make her way back there, like with Cerveau, and shoot at the guy hanging out?
You can. DV is a
Perfect.
13.
DV is a 13. Dang it. So I missed my first shot. And I crit fail on the second one.
Oh, no.
So that's going to be 2.
All right, 2. That does not hit.
Well, tried.
You tried. Is there anything else you'd like to when you turn?
Let's just say fuck. And then that's it.
All righty. And realizing before we actually get to they haven't swerved. So the guy driving is going to also try and do a swerve. And he swerves just fine. And he is following right behind you, Lucas. And the other guy is going to try and take a shot at Cerveau, who's hanging out the back, and is going to hit with a 16. All righty. That is going to be... Oh. All right, that's going to be 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 points of damage.
Did you roll 2 6s and a 5?
I did.
Dear sweet. What the fuck?
All right, he wasn't aiming a shot, so we're going to see what critical injury you take to the body. All right, for an object, as a piece of glass is actually going to get stuck in your torso. And at the end of every turn you make, you resuffer the bonus damage of a critical hit. And I was actually reading, so on top of the points that you just took, anytime you give or take a critical injury, you take an extra 5 points of damage.
Anytime you give or take? What do you mean?
As in, like, when you give somebody a critical injury, they take an extra 5 points of damage. Anytime you get a critical injury, you also take an extra 5 on top of what's already been rolled.
Okay, so it was a 17.
Plus 5.
My armor ablates 11 of that. So it's down. So I take 6. I'm down to 23 because I was missing one. And then I take an additional 5 on top of that, regardless of the armor.
Regardless of, let me double check.
I'm assuming armor doesn't affect a critical injury.
All critical injuries cause a horrible injury effect and deal 5 bonus damage directly to the target's hit points when suffered. The bonus damage does not ablate armor and isn't modified by the hit location. Critical injuries and their bonus damage are afflicted regardless of if any of the attack's damage got through or not. So yes.
Okay. So I ended up taking 11 points to my HP. And every turn, no matter what, I take another 5.
No, so you take an extra 5 now. And then if you move 4 squares, you take the 5 again. Because you now have a piece of broken glass stuck in your side.
And we mean me, myself, as a person move, not I'm physically on this plane moving.
No, as you physically move, it kind of lodges itself into your like side even further as you do take that or those points of damage. And that was just the first attack. Next attack is going to go for Fang. And that is going to hit with a 21. Oh, shit. Just threw that around. It does not damage you as you only... It does 5 points of damage, and it does not get through your armor. But you do see that Cerveau is bleeding profusely. And with that, it is now Lucas's turn.
Wait, Cerveau just went, right?
I just went.
Oh, no, you're right. Okay.
Yeah, I got shot.
Yes. Okay. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
My armor goes down too?
Nope, because
Or
it
no?
did not pierce your armor.
Okay.
Yep, so your armor is not ablated. But with that, Lucas, you are up.
All right. Will there be any penalties for just trying to lean back, just down, just looking straight behind and just trying to shoot?
The only
guy?
penalty is you're a little further away. So it'll
We can
have a
handle
little
that.
bit higher DC.
We can handle that.
So need a 15.
Maybe we can't. Oh, we got a 16. We can.
Hey, okay, roll your damage.
Twelve. 12.
Alrighty, you do 12 points of damage and you still have one more shot you can take.
We're going to use that. I think we got a 16 again. No, 17.
Roll your damage.
Uh, 12. Math.
Alrighty. It is still up, but it's starting to smoke. The vehicle is starting to smoke as you take those shots. And is there anything else I do on your turn?
I probably should have asked this before. As long as there's no one on the sidewalk, we're staying on the sidewalk.
Okay.
I should have asked that before.
We're
but-
still on the sidewalk. Alrighty. Okay. And just for shits and giggles, since you're not on a normal road, roll me a land driving check to make sure you still got control of that vehicle.
I rolled 2 crit successes.
Nice. Yeah, you're good then.
Well,
You're good.
I think that's 38.
30. Yeah, that's like
38.
legendary. So yeah, you have
good.
perfect control as you were not even looking at the road and taking shots. So you're able to keep the vehicle going. And with that, Cerveau, you are bleeding profusely. What do you want to do?
I guess I'll keep shooting at the vehicle behind us, though. And
Okay.
again, just blasting off, so not aiming at the driver or anything, just the front of the vehicle.
Okay.
Now, okay, so I'm not seriously wounded, but I'm critically wounded, so there's no effect. Okay.
Yeah.
13.
13 hits. Roll your damage.
7 points.
All right, 7 points. Still smoking.
Doing it again. That's a 17.
17 hits. Roll your damage.
13 points.
13 points. How do you want to do this?
Oh, it'd be really cool if I shot the front of it in a way where, I don't know, I'm just blasting at the front of it. So maybe a stray bullet hits, well, no, I don't want to kill the driver if I didn't shoot him. I don't know. Maybe it just starts smoking to the point where it can't drive anymore. Maybe I hit it in one spot where you can hear a belt snap. And at that point, the car just, it can't drive without that belt in it.
And as you shoot it and the belt snaps, the driver does lose control and you see the car start to wobble and he accidentally veers and overcorrects and hits the car next to him and then veers into the sidewalk border, banner, whatever they're called, barrier. There we go. As his car smacks into that and it is no longer after you as you all are out of combat and Cerveau is profusely bleeding.
And I noticed that, right?
You did notice that.
Okay. So immediately she's gonna put her gun down and she's gonna try to get that piece of glass out without any. She's not gonna even ask.
You need to make, if you would, a paramedic check for me.
Paramedic. $24.
With a 24, you were able to get that piece of glass out and make sure that it stops poking holes when it shouldn't poke holes and able to kind of get it stitched up a little bit to where it's not bleeding and just gushing anymore. So you, with that quick fix, have permanently fixed that foreign object as it is now out.
Oh, okay. So she visibly sighs. Yeah, didn't want you to bleed out. So.
Yeah, me neither. You just jumped right to it. Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't want you to protest, so.
I wasn't planning to.
Well, I don't know if this counts as quiet.
I would say it probably doesn't.
How did they know? I guess I don't know. I guess we were acting a little bit odd, but how did they know we were worth chasing down?
I have no idea.
Well, they put their lives on it, so they must have been sure about something.
That's a good point. But we got the eye, and they don't. So I think this job just became worth a little bit more. Hopefully.
Squeeze what we can out of them.
And I assume we're going just to the drop-off location. But before then, I think Lucas is he's gonna take the long way there again, just to be sure, not being followed or anything of the sort. And then eventually make his way to the drop-off. Well, maybe a couple blocks away from the drop-off location. We'll do that.
You got it. You're able to park a few blocks away from Cuberama and kind of get your bearings. No one's around. No one followed you. You feel like you have a little bit of peace at the moment. As you park and you get ready to drop this thing off, what are y'all doing?
Can I message Rose on our group and say package secured? What do I want to say? How do I want to say it really? In a nice way. That's what I'm thinking. Not sure what this job is worth to you, but our eyeless friend is a big player with deep pockets.
She'll respond back. But this was supposed to be quiet.
Some things happened,
And
we've got it.
we're probably going to take a cut. And if he has deep pockets and we've pissed him off, we may just want to do what we're supposed to do and just drop it off.
Okay. You never mentioned our cut.
It's supposed to be 1,000 eddies each. He probably will deduct our pay for this one.
I'll reply back. He's desperate.
What are you implying, Cerveau?
And this is where everyone can see when I'm messaging. And I'll respond. I'm implying we put the squeeze on this Corpo.
Roll me a persuasion.
$17.
She crit failed. Cerveau, this may not lead where we want it to go, but I'll try.
And I'll just say, I trust your negotiation skills. Dropping off now.
She doesn't respond.
Well, I don't know. I'm just trying to get us a bit more scratch out of this guy. I mean, you know what we found out about him.
I mean, we didn't even do what he asked. Well, we got the eye, but we didn't do it quietly. I can't imagine they'll be happy with that.
I mean, Server was right though. He's desperate. I mean, a 50,000 EDI. It's a lot.
Gambling.
He lost
'Cause-
50,000 eddies and the eye.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and it's not like someone was stealing corporate property here. He put it up as his ante and lost it. So his employer's breathing down his neck too. Now it depends on whether he's paying Rose or they are.
Guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Good driving back there. That was intense.
Cream.
It's been a while since I've had to do it while shooting people, so
Yeah.
You make it look easy.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Yeah. The Metro is never this exciting.
well, I'm glad I could give you a shot of adrenaline with this. And not
Yeah.
run people over while doing it.
That was the real skill, honestly. Was the only people who got it during this is the ones who deserved it.
Yeah.
So what do you think though? Should we drop off the eye now or wait till Rose gets back to us?
I don't know. I mean, I trust Rose. Maybe we just drop it off now and see what happens.
Think that could work? I mean, Rose is probably right though. I mean, if he made a rash decision to throw his eye down while gambling, he'd probably make a rash decision to throw something else at us.
That's what I'm thinking. Hopefully. And if not, we at least got something on this guy. And an end to this persona craft that we've been... I don't know. I don't know how interested you two are. I'm very curious about it.
It's nothing I've ever seen before, so I mean, I'm interested.
Yeah. I know these corps do messed up stuff all the time, and it could be unrelated, but it just seems, I don't know, too much coincidence, just odd, beyond your typical corpo slimy behavior.
Well, my curiosity is piqued to see where this goes, but
At worst case, 1,000 apiece is not too bad. If he cuts into that, I don't know.
well, I'm fine with dropping it right now if we all are.
Yeah, sure. Anybody have a preference? You want me to just walk it up there? Or?
Oh, yeah. Walk it up there.
Is the drop-off location, is it concealed? Is it out in the open? What's it look like?
It's kind of out in the open. It's right in front of Cuborama. It's one of those keyboard kiosks.
Okay. Do we have anything? Did the eye come in like an envelope or anything we can put it in?
In a bag, I think.
Yeah, I thought you were looking at it through the bag. I didn't think you took the eye
Okay.
out.
He's got fingerprints all over it when he puts it back in. Yeah. I guess I'll just wrap it up and try to conceal it. Hold it like a football or something. And I'll go up to the kiosk and put in the PCR tourists and drop it off.
I was just saying I'll drive a little bit closer as well, so it's not so long of a walk because we were a few blocks away. Still not right in front of the drop off, like around the corner or something, but closer.
And you are able to walk, now that it's a shorter distance, not too terribly far, and type in PC Arcturus, and it holds out this little like container that you're able to put the eye in, and then it just takes it back in.
Cool. I'll walk back to the vehicle.
And you're able to make it back to the rest of the group. Everybody roll me a perception check.
13.
15.
16.
All right. With a 16, as he is walking back, as Cerveau is walking back, you do see a very gaunt little man walking to the drop box, the kiosk, and he pulls out his eye, looks at it, and you can tell with your high of a roll, he is frustrated, but he picks it up, he walks back in, and he like closes the door to whatever his little hotel is. And Cerveau, you make it back to the car.
But only Lucas sees that.
Only Lucas sees that.
There's a guy that walked up soon after you left Cerveau, picked up the eye. You think that was the guy? You didn't see him, did you?
No. Did he see us? Did he look at this way or look at me?
Didn't appear so.
That's good. There's supposed to be, that's what fixtures are for. There's supposed to be a kind of a degree of separation here, but I mean, he must have been waiting on us.
I mean, he at least saw you walk up. I can't imagine he saw us over here.
Do I know anything about this Cuba-Rama place?
Cuba-Rama is very much a like pay by the hour hotel type thing. But you also know
Okay.
with kiosks, it gives you a notification when you receive something.
Okay. Well, we'll see what Rose is able to squeeze out of him. He got it back. That's better than most of the people that you know. There's a lot of other parts in that place people aren't getting back.
Well, where to go from here then? Oh.
I guess we just wait for pay. I don't have any other plans. Not right now.
Yeah, I don't. We could hang out at a bar or something.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea. And maybe a little bit of bed rest. That
Yeah, you.
a little bit of a.
That piece of glass was pretty deep.
Yeah, I thought glass was supposed to shatter in like little tiny pieces, but that one really that one got me.
Yeah. Sure did.
Yeah. Of all the things, we're getting shot at, and I get hit with glass. But my luck.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
It do be like that.
So where are we going?
I guess we'll go to a bar, is what it sounds.
Anywhere but a deli.
Anywhere but a deli.
Yeah. So where are we?
It is within walking distance at the Short Circuit Bar. In Little Europe.
Would Fang be able to know that Short Circuit is nearby?
Yeah, I'd say so. You've been there quite
Okay.
often.
So, I mean, Short Circuit isn't far from here. Been there a few times.
Am I familiar with that one? I feel like I was, but I can't recall.
It is a very popular bar with Netrunners.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, let's hop in.
Let's do that. A change of scenery, going to a different bar is probably a good thing.
I don't know the bartender though. I'm sorry. I'll
kind of an
apologize in
ass.
advance.
I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of an ass. If
Who is
he's
he?
working. Well, he's not the postman. I found that out.
Okay, that narrows it down a bit.
Yeah. But still makes good drinks, so.
Yeah, it sounds good to me.
That's the part I care about a bartender. So
Yeah, it might not be, Graves level, but it'll scratch the itch.
we'll do that then. Drive over and park somewhere. Yeah, I guess this beat up shitty van is now just gonna take a parking spot like normal, like usual.
And you all are able to head over to the short circuit and park the car that is very beat up and has no windows currently. So might want to make sure you carry your valuables in.
And
Maybe someone will think it's already been hit.
it definitely, I'm sure it gives off that vibe right now, yeah. But as Lucas gets out, I mean, he hasn't really taken a look at what it looks like on the outside, so he's just doing a quick lap around the Combi, just looking at the damage. And Cerveau and Fang probably just hear a blizzard of like shits and fucks and other expletives that are just like he's not being quiet about it. He's kind of yelling it. He's pissed off. And then at some point just yelling like, Dom is gonna fucking kill me. And just eventually joining them again if they haven't walked away and go to walk inside.
And just real quick, I will say you all have whiplash right now. So your necks are still kind of crinky. Does Fang want to fix that?
Oh, can I?
I think you can. Yeah, you can.
Like
Perfect.
a chiropractic adjustment on the neck or something?
It is for a quick fix, which will last you for the rest of the night, is a paramedic check. Otherwise, it does take about an hour to fix, or longer than that, I think.
So you said with a paramedic, it'll last.
It'll last for the rest of the evening.
Okay. I guess, so Fang was watching Lucas. She's feeling a little bad about his car. And she'll just kind of lightly put her hand on his shoulder. Figure it out. It's not that bad,
The whole back is crunched like a French fry.
Just could buff it out.
That's not something you just wax on, wax off. That shit, that needs a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's fine. Fine. We have a guy that fixes these things. He hates me though. This isn't the first time I've done this.
Mm.
I mean, it's been a minute since I brought something beat up to him like this, but
Well, that should have some merit, at least.
I would hope so.
Does Lucas look like visibly like kinked with his neck? Like, are you like rubbing it?
Yeah, that adds to the stress of the situation. Absolutely.
Okay. So she'll look up at him and just kind of like raise her hands, like, "May I?"
By all means.
She'll put her hands on his neck and spin it around 360.
I was waiting for it.
No,
All right, good
she'll-
session, guys.
I was the bad guy all along. No, she'll like very, very carefully just make that adjustment to help with the whiplash.
Roll me a paramedic.
Paramedic is going to be a solid 19.
Yeah, so with that, you're able to fix Lucas's neck for the rest of the evening. The treatment would take 4 hours to do to get rid of it permanently, but you are good for the rest of the night.
I would do more, but it'll take some more time. So
It's fine. The fix for now is good enough.
well, if it bothers you, just come to Whitechapel.
I imagine I'll be there soon after Dom sees what this shit looks like. So
Alright.
save a slot for me.
I got you and Jim Bob's in my book. And then Fang will turn to Cerveau. You too?
Yeah, sure. Sure, yeah.
Okay. Can
Like a
you
little bit nervous.
how tall is Cerveau?
Just over 6 feet, I think.
I think he said he was pretty tall.
Yeah,
Can you
6'2" or so.
bend down a little bit?
Yeah, I'll and I sort of I get down on my knees like I'm about to be executed, and I look off into the distance.
And she whips out her gun. And she'll she'll do the same thing. She'll put her hands on his neck and just
All right, roll me a paramedic.
paramedic. Ooh. 23.
Yeah, you're good, Servo. You don't have whiplash for the rest of the evening, but in order to get rid of it, you will have to get it treated for permanent resolution.
And who treats it?
You can try paramedic on yourself, or you can actually have somebody do paramedic for you, but it does take 4 hours.
Okay. Okay.
Never mind, you can't do treatment on yourself. I'm sorry.
Get to stare in the mirror and
Okay.
You can quick fix yourself, though.
Okay, so I could crick my own neck.
Yeah,
Okay,
for a quick
cool.
fix.
For a quick fix. All right. So then she finishes Cerveau, she stands up, she rolls back her shoulders, and then she just her own neck.
All right, roll me a paramedic.
And it's going to be a solid 20.
Nice. Yes, you're able to fix everybody up for the night with their critical injury. And you are outside of the short circuit.
Shall we?
Yeah, 1 or 2 won't hurt.
I guess so, as he's still staring at his car.
We'll drink it off. Get your mind off of it. Just for now.
Oh. Okay.
And you all are able to head into the short circuit. And both Fang and Cerveau are used to this, but there are drones outside that scan you before they allow you to go in. Lucas, this is your first time seeing it for yourself and experiencing it for yourself. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I wanted to clarify. This is when Lucas followed Inferno, he came here, right?
This is where you followed Inferno. Yes. So you have seen them happen, but this is your first time experiencing it as they scan you 3. Do you have anything of Jim Bob's on you right now, Lucas?
I don't know. Would the grenades in his grenade launcher arm be Jim Bob's? I don't know if Jim Bob would supply those. That would be the only thing I would think of.
Okay. With that, you are perfectly fine to go in. Everything turns green. The door opens for you all, and you all are able to head into the short circuit. The I'm not the postman guy is behind the bar. So you do see the short, but very muscular and cybered out person behind the bar. And he just looks gruff. He doesn't look very nice either.
Fang will walk up. Hey there, postman.
I told you I'm not your fucking postman.
Didn't fucking ask. Anyway. Can I get, and I don't know what kind of drinks, like what her usual would be. We'll just do like rum and coke with a lime.
All right. And he just very gruffly, as he barely is tall enough to see over the counter, just gives you a 7 eddies.
She'll flick it over.
And he just kind of like mumbles to himself as he makes your drink for you and then brings it back.
Special delivery.
He glares.
She'll just chuckle to herself, and then she'll back in Cerveau and Lucas over. It's on me if you want it.
What's my favorite kind? I'll beckon to the postal worker. Say one of what she's having, please.
And he makes it for you, and then 7 eddies.
She'll flick it.
Well, thank you.
French 75 with a lime.
What the fuck is a French 75?
Oh shit. Okay. Then I'll explain what all is in it.
And he'll look at you while you're explaining it, and then just kind of give you like the little like eyebrow cocked, and he tries to make it, and he looks at you. I ain't got no champagne.
Kind of. Are you even a bartender? What the hell? All right.
He's a postman.
Put post me here. Just put whatever the fuck in it. I don't care.
And he just kind of looks around, and he finds like a hard cider and just puts that in there instead of like the bubbly champagne, and he hands it to you. That one's on the house.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, and are there open spots at the bar? Is there like booths or?
There are booths, there are tables. You do see, all of you see, some of the booths have been taken up by some techies and some net runners that are kind of fiddling with things. And you do see Brain and 3-Piece kind of walking around again, and they're looking at everybody's stuff, and kind of like sitting there tinkering with everybody too. And there are some booths available. There are seats at the bar available with the postman. That's his name now.
We got the mailman and the postman.
We're coworkers.
I guess Fang being pretty comfortable here, she'll kind of gesture to an open booth.
And you are able to make your way to the open booth and get yourself situated.
Fang visibly, she'll like slump in, let out like the biggest sigh, and take a huge sip of her drink.
Well, you were right. Bartender's a bit of a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got no. It's not bedside manner when you're working at a bar, but same idea.
Yeah.
But not a bad place.
Yep. Not a bad place.
Can I ask you a question? I don't want to. I know we just had a tough day, but I'm curious. I look at Lucas real quick, and I'll look back at Fang and say, "This character you wanted me to look in on. Is there any more you can tell me about him? Where he hangs out? What he frequents?"
Well, here.
Is he here right now?
And Fang, you kind of see Fang. She'll kind of like, her eyes will widen and jolt like a little bit. And she looks around.
Roll me perception.
Shit. Crit failed.
I meant to ask this before we knew what Fangs was going to be, but can Lucas also roll?
Yeah, you can.
I got a 3.
You don't see anything.
We are flirting with the crit fail here.
Oh no.
9.
With a 9, you don't really see anything of note either.
I don't see him. I also heard he's working with Militech.
Okay, that's something. Okay. I didn't know what to start with. Just a name. I'd never heard it before. I've never heard Inferno as a name, have I? I'm pretty sure I failed a perception check in the Afterlife when Inferno was first introduced into the game. I didn't even see him over there, or Fang got uncomfortable or anything. I was out of it.
Yeah, you don't know Inferno.
Have you seen him since we bumped into him?
No, I haven't seen him around.
Does she say it like that?
Yeah.
You haven't seen him around?
No. I haven't seen him around.
Okay.
Well, I'll find out whatever I can about him. You know?
Yeah. Thanks.
So that was a pretty good plan. The vents.
She'll perk up a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't really expecting to find the vents, but I did. So, and I guess I'm small enough I could squeeze through. There was a lot happening back there.
What else? I mean, I heard the whole operation, just a ton of implants and such that they do it themselves, or
She'll explain what she saw. The different rooms and the freezers and everything. But I don't think... Did Cerveau share what the files said? Because the files kind of explained what was happening, right?
Yeah, I think I did.
Oh, he
Okay.
did. Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
I intended to. If not, I will right now.
So yeah, she'll just describe what she saw as she was crawling around up there. So yeah, it seems some sort of back alley ripper operation. Don't know if it's by force or what. Is there like a license or something that you need to be a ripper doc?
Let me look that up. I don't think so.
My guess in Night City would be no.
You just kind of
But
say, "Hey, I'm a ripper doc."
maybe. Anybody can be a Ripper Doc if you try hard enough.
True.
Stay in school, take your vitamins.
You don't need a license to be a Ripper Doc in Cyberpunk 2077, but some Ripper Docs may operate illegally. Let's see. Looking up the wiki. They operate legally, but some are known to conduct illicit deals, such as installing illegal military-grade cyberware for the right price. You know, Jax is very legal. But there are people behind the scenes that will install stuff that you're not supposed to have.
Okay. And that's essentially how they operate illegally.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, I mean, it's possible they're installing things that people shouldn't be having.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine I've obviously had some work done, but like I get my stuff from my doc, and it's gotta look odd if you bring something in and you're like, hey, just happen to have this. Will you install it for me?
Does that happen? Like legally?
Not legally, but you do know, since being a med tech, that there are people who will take cybernetics from people that they kill and either have it implanted on themselves if it is a good match or sell it.
Okay. Because I will say that she's probably installed things that Inferno has made. But I think that would be the only time that she would have done that. Right. So, yeah, it's not common practice to BYOC, but it happens.
Yeah. You gotta choose your job carefully, I guess. Because what if you went there thinking it was a legitimate business? And, like, I don't know, I guess they were pretty quiet about it.
No, the fact that you had to go through a deli, that might set off some red flags, maybe?
Roll me concentration, Fang.
16.
You know, the scavs are very likely to do that. They will happily harvest cyberware and organs and make a lot of money from doing it.
Forcefully?
They will do it forcefully. They can do it forcefully.
Yeah, scavs do it. It's not pretty.
Yeah, I imagine not. I'm sure it's not the only place like that, though. I'm not about to start a crusade against criminals. It's not really me.
Vigilante.
Not that kind of criminal. Maybe the ones that wear ties.
That would be
Yeah.
more worth it.
I don't know, I think there's something to be said about someone ripping your arm off against your will.
I don't think I'd be super fond of that if that happened. So, yeah.
No, not at all.
Yeah. She'll take another big gulp of her drink.
What time of day is it?
We're gonna say it's probably getting into the evening right now. Roll me perception, by the way. All of you.
Ooh, I crit.
4.
28.
I crit failed.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's that crit fail we were talking. Oh, Lord. -3.
With that, Lucas and Cerveau, y'all aren't really paying attention, but y'all are kind of like, Lucas, that cider doesn't fit with a French 75 at all. It just at all. This is not it. And Cerveau, you're just kind of, just looking around and kind of like looking at the guy behind the bar that you don't like. He's kind of a dick. But Fang, you hear the news pop on for just a second. And Ellie is talking about someone named Maya Sinclair is missing.
And would I know that name from Luna Noir?
Mm-hmm.
I would. Okay. And so, Maya Sinclair, what do I know about what happened with her? I don't know that Molly and the other guy were trying to get to her, right?
You do not know that.
I just know that she was in that lineup.
Yes.
Okay. So she hears that and she'll just kind of like furrow her brows Huh. And one of those women that were in Luna Noir, Maya Sinclair, she's apparently missing.
What was the name of the gang that attacked? Was it Tiger Claws? Was that it? Yeah. What, do you think the Tiger Claws hit back?
It's possible. They didn't really seem happy.
Do I know that that's who Molly and the other guy were after?
They were only bidding on Maya Sinclair. And you know Maya Sinclair is a net runner.
Well, I saw a couple of people in there bidding on her that night. But I don't know if they got out of there with her. Kind of lost sight of them in the shuffle.
Was a bit of a shit show.
I know she's a
Unfortunate.
chair jock like myself, but I don't know much about her beyond that. She made the news, though, so...
Yeah. Guess she must be important enough.
Did they say anything about, like, a ransom, or... I missed it until you said something.
With a 28, yeah, there is talk of ransom. Or not
Yeah?
a ransom, but a reward.
For a safe
Reward.
return.
Okay. There's a reward if you can find her and bring her back. Don't know if it's dead or alive, but I assume alive.
Do I know anything else about that name, other than that she's a net runner?
You don't?
Well, I hope they find her.
And at this time, Fang, you get a message on your cell, your agent.
Uh-huh.
Do you look?
I do look.
It's a bunch of ones and zeros. And then afterwards, in the middle, thanks for not turning me in. Split this how you wish. And you have 1,500 eddies put into your account.
And I assume that is from Dud.
Since you came to that conclusion, yes.
Cool. So she'll look at her phone or her agent. Well, I guess still got something out of Dud. And she will flick over 500 eddies to Cerveau and Lucas.
Thank you. I guess that confirms that he recognized you, though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Unfortunate, but he's glad that we didn't turn him in, though. So I'm hoping this is... I know it was you, but we're cool.
Things might be okay.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Yeah.
Of course.
It all turned out in the end. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That also means Dud is still alive and kicking somewhere. Lasted probably a little longer than what I would have expected.
It's been like a day or two.
Yeah. And she's gonna look at her agent and turn it to Cerveau. Do these ones and zeros mean anything to you?
Do they?
Roll me concentration check.
Hey. 18.
With the ones and zeros, you can get out of that Militech. Without going home and decrypting the rest of it. Can't really do it right now. But you could go home and decrypt the rest of the ones and zeros.
And I'll just say that. I'll say, look, I can, if you want to send me a copy of that, I can make out more, but it appears to mention Militech.
Militech.
And it's the only part in code. So I wonder if that's who's after him.
Yeah, it's possible.
So, sorry, I don't understand these things. From like a Militech device or just through a Militech code?
I mean, he appears to be trying to reference Militech in a discreet way. And we talked to him about, or at least we talked about it. I don't know if we talked to him about it. Being caught up in some sort of, create something that popular, that addictive. Somebody's going to want you working for him or out of the way one. Maybe it's Militech.
Perhaps. And she'll send a copy of that message to Cerveau.
I'll let you know what I find. But that's,
Yeah.
I think he's trying to tell you something.
Yeah. Kind of has me a little worried for him.
Yeah.
Like, in some deeper shit than he realizes. Or than we realized.
I trust you enough to tell you.
He did. So I think that means I think that means we're cool.
I would imagine so. I mean, if he is that deep in shit, maybe it was best that we didn't continue to be involved.
Yeah, that's a big player. When they're after you, then you've done something really wrong or something they really want, I would imagine. Hopefully he lays low for a while and doesn't start making more of that stuff. But I don't know, they'll probably find him. Just being realistic. We found him. Not that we're not capable, but they get a lot of money.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're good. Go.
Fang doesn't know that Dud actually signed his BD, right? Okay. Yeah. Hopefully he stays out of trouble.
Only Cerveau and Lucas know that.
Well, I'm going to get another drink. Anyone else?
I was just about to do the same, actually.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'll get up. If you're getting up to the bar, I'll go with you.
Okay. She's going to get the same thing.
All right. 7 eddies.
She flicks it.
And Cerveau?
Same thing. Yeah, definitely not the French 75. I could tell Lucas was sort of grimacing while drinking the whole time.
And Lucas.
Okay, now hopefully this is to the postman. Hopefully this isn't too hard for you to understand. I want whiskey sour, red wine topper, an ice ball. Is that, you can do that?
I can do that one. It's not that
All right.
fucking fancy ass champagne. And he goes and makes you a whiskey sour with a red topper and gives it to you. He's got a little cherry in it.
Oh, very sweet. Thank you.
7 eddies.
I got him. And she'll flick over 14.
Well, thanks again. Thanks, letter carrier.
Y'all are not going to be welcome back in here. And he starts kind of like murmuring to himself. like you could just tell he's kind of like, what the fuck? And you just hear him like fussing.
Kicked out of 2 places in 1 day. My record is 3, so we're getting there.
Oh.
Just don't throw your drink in his face.
As long as it's not shit, I won't.
Well, yeah, that would be understandable and justified.
Yeah. Sure.
The fire alarm was a better idea than chucking a sandwich, though, so I'm glad someone had that.
I was just...
It was a pivotal part to the plan.
Yeah, it
Wouldn't
worked.
be here without your turkey sandwich.
I saw a lettuce guy, I just tunnel visioned, and I lost it.
Something
Whoa.
about him, huh?
He deserved it. I know that. I don't know that. I'm sure he did, though.
Well, he did try
He
to
tried
kill
to
us.
shoot us. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, he tried to kill
Well, that
us.
was after the fact, but we'll skip that. We'll skip that part.
It feels a bit rash, though. Maybe I've had food thrown in my face. I've never wanted to kill the person who did it. Seems a bit much.
Can't say that's ever been my reaction after getting food thrown at me before, no.
A bit rash. A bit too much.
Maybe
Well.
he has other things going on. Who knows? Maybe it was a bad day.
Well, not anymore. I mean, I saw his bike explode. I don't know what condition he's in. He might be...
He is having the worst of days then, probably.
Yeah. That reminds me, I'm going to pull the agent out and message Rose Red on the group and just say, someone picked up the eye almost immediately after drop off. Just thought you should know.
Okay. She responds back, expecting payment shortly. We will probably not have them as a client again. But I do have another gig for you all. Come and see me in the morning. This one, we've got some big choices to make.
Sounds ominous.
I mean, I like having work, but I need to put my feet up for a few days. I guess we'll see what's going on.
Yeah.
And, sorry, what time of day did you say it was?
So it's getting probably later. I'd say probably around 8, 9 now.
Yeah. Speaking of which, actually, I'm feeling pretty rough. I might call it a night. Is there anything I can do to help with? I'm not a car guy. I don't know how to repair stuff, but anything I can do to help with whatever it takes.
Just pray for my well-being.
I can do that. Yeah.
That's about it. There's not many people who can stop Dom. So
Yeah. So I'll get up and I'll put 14 eddies on the table and say, this is either for my drinks or y'all have another round on me. And I guess I'll see you both in the morning.
Don't
Have a good
exert
night.
yourself. Keep it clean.
Yeah, I mean, unless the metro turns out to be a wild ride, it should be a quiet night.
You never know in Night City.
Yeah. Well, thanks again. Another job well done. Y'all have a good night. Server will down his drink on the way out, to sort of slide it across the bar top and sort of hobble out, kind of wincing a little bit, even though he's not actively bleeding. Still had a piece of glass in his side, so gonna go take it easy.
Hi.
Calling it a night might be a good idea. I want to see if I can get anything done with the car tonight. At least new windows, something. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's understandable for sure. So, all right.
But thank you for paying. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
You take it easy tonight as well. See you in the morning.
Yeah. You too.
And then Lucas leaves, and just seeing his car again, just under the breath, more expletives. Hits it and then drives.
All right. And are you driving back home?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And with that, we're going to follow Cerveau first. Cerveau, what are you doing when you get home?
One, I'm going to sandersonsdeli.com.
You find it. It's actually a deli website, and you can order online, and they have a pickup thing. And they have a contact us if you have a problem at the bottom.
What if I go into that? What does it say?
We are so sorry that if you have had a poor experience, or if you think there are better things that we can improve, please message us at so and so,
Okay, there's a way to message them.
There's a way to message them, yes.
Okay.
Lettuceguy at AOL.com. I don't know.
AOL. Lettuce guy.
They have AOL in 2045.
It's the only email service still around. Funny enough, yeah.
But yes, you find out it's an actual website. And is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, not tonight, because well, actually, yeah. Let me take the message I got from Fang and try to decode the rest of the binary on it.
All right. And as you're decoding it and identifying and trying to understand, roll me basic tech for this one, as you are using your tech at home to try to decode something.
Only an 11.
With an 11, you get Militech wanted.
But that's not the whole thing.
No, you could keep trying if you have.
I'd love to keep trying if you let me. Yeah.
I will let you. How do you do this differently?
Do I recognize it as binary?
You recognize it as binary.
Can I tell me if this is too on the nose? Can I search the web for a binary to text translator?
You can. Add +5 to your roll.
Basic tech again?
Yep.
21.
Militech wanted brainwashing BDs.
Okay. I'm just going to hang on to that for now, because I'll see Fang in the morning.
All right. And with that, are you closing your night? Calling it a night?
Yeah, I'm not going to leave anything on Sanderson's Deli, because I need to find a more discreet, non-traceable way to tell people that it's a scav shop. But I plan to maybe at a public terminal somewhere. But that'll be the rest of my evening. And I don't think I know enough about, what was her name?
Maya Sinclair.
Maya Sinclair, to ask my contact. So yeah, I won't do that. I'll just call it an evening.
All right, you're able to call it an evening and go to sleep. Fang, you are still in the bar. What are you doing with your night?
She's gonna stay there for a little bit. Just kind of people watching, seeing if she notices anyone that she may recognize in particular. But otherwise, if nothing really comes of it, she'll just head back home.
Roll me perception.
Great. 20.
With a 20, you do see the woman with no pupils going up the elevator again.
Okay. Cool. So she'll finish her drink. She'll the 14 eddies that Cerveau left, she'll leave them on the bar for the postman. And she'll just make her way back home.
As a tip,
Yes, as a tip.
he looks at it, looks at you. You ain't that bad. Takes his tip.
She just chuckles and she'll walk off. And she'll just settle in for the night. Probably tell Jax that she may need some treatment for this whiplash later. But otherwise, just settle in.
Jax would be home, and if you want him to handle that now, he can. If you
Sure.
wanted him to.
Yeah.
Alrighty, and he is able to take care of that, and you no longer have the whiplash condition as Jax makes sure that your neck is aligned properly. You get a few nice good pops as he fixes it, and kind of like make sure that that muscle isn't too tense, and you no longer have the whiplash critical injury.
Thanks.
Anytime.
All right. Well, I am beat. It's a crazy day.
Y'all all right though, right?
Yeah. Cerveau got a little hurt, but I managed to patch him up. Lucas's car is a bit worse for wear. But
Oh.
yeah, this one happened on the road.
I bet that boy ain't happy, is he?
No, he is not happy. Not happy at all.
Well, I can fix people, but I can't fix that.
Yeah, I told him that if he does get beat up for damaging his car, he can come in and we can take care of him. So we can do that at least.
I'll have my phone on loud then.
Yeah. So, but I'm alive, we're alive. So that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. You go get you some good sleep tonight, okay?
You too. And she'll go to sleep.
Alrighty. And you're able to go to sleep and get a good night's rest. And Lucas, where are we going?
We're just gonna drive to where we know the Dom's garage, I guess is. Does it look like anyone is in there currently? Because I mean, it's what like 10, 11? How late is it?
It would probably be so it takes an hour. Y'all left at about 8 or 9. So yeah, probably about 10 when you're able to get to Dom's garage. The light is on. His garage doors are open.
See, he pull right on inside. And he's trying to hide it, but he looks a little nervous. Just like, oh shit, okay. And then once he's inside the garage, just parks. And before he gets out, he's just looking around, see if he can see Dom anywhere.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. 17 plus 7. 24?
You see Dom as soon as you pull in. And like there's this little area in the garage that kind of has like this little overhang bit that he's kind of standing on and leaning over. And you just see like that sour look on his face as he looks at your car. And he's big, he's beefy, tattooed, like up the neck all the way down. And he's just glaring at your car.
Lucas just steps out, just 1 foot out of the car, immediately like talking to him. It looks worse than what it is, I promise.
Boy, what did you do to it? What is wrong? What did you do?
Look, Dom, we were doing a job, and we did it quietly, but some people tailed us. Rammed into the back, few gunshots. One of my partners shot it twice, I think. A bat went into the side.
I need to start charging you for how often I have to fix your fucking car.
It's been a while. It's been like two months since something like this has happened.
That's not very long.
If we're taking it by 3-month time gaps, it's a while.
Congratulations.
Look, I have somewhere to be tomorrow morning. Is there much that we can do tonight?
You want me to fix this crap heap overnight?
Just tonight, or let me. You can go home. You have a good night.
No, you go home. You'll break it even worse than what it currently is. You just go home. I'll deal with it.
And he's looking it over like, God damn, like you fucked this up again.
I'll get it fixed and I won't tell your mama either.
Yeah, please don't tell Mags. Yeah, please don't tell her. I'm lucky I've survived so far with you, but she would kill me.
I'll cover your ass one more time.
I appreciate it. This is why you are my favorite family member here.
I better be the fucking favorite.
You are. And as he's backing up, the same as he was backing away from Lettuce Guy, he's not turning his back towards him, just walking out the bay door. And once he's out of the garage, then he'll turn around and swiftly walk away.
All right. And you do hear him under his breath just cursing, and you already hear like the car being fixed, and like you hear like him pulling at something trying to get a dent out, and you just hear like, how the fuck did he even do that? As he's like fixing it for you and getting it all situated. Roll me a perception check as you're heading out back to your house.
15.
With a 15, you see a family member named Trevor walking out of your family home. And you know Trevor is very close with Mags. Very like that is her second hand besides Laz. That's who she typically, and other than you, goes to for things that she needs. He hasn't been here for a while.
How does he look walking out?
He looks exasperated and frustrated. And then is like shaking his head. He doesn't look hurt or anything, but he looks frustrated and just tired.
And what else are you going to say? I interrupted you.
As you notice he leaves, his eyes do kind of meet yours. And then he looks away. And then walks off. Doesn't really acknowledge you any.
How far away is he?
He's, we're gonna say 30 feet.
Yeah, okay, then if he just gives that like a cold look and then turns around,
Roll me human perception.
okay. Uh, 12.
With a 12, you don't get the sense it's a cold look, but you don't know what it is. It's not a cold look, like a cold shoulder look, though.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, then I guess you just call out, Trevor. It's been a while. Is everything okay?
He pauses, and he turns back at you, and it's pretty dark out here. But there is a moon in the sky right now that gives you enough light, and then the street lamps as well. Everything's fine. How are you?
I survived turning a wrecked car into Dom, so lucky to be here. So good.
He gives you a little chuckle. Yeah. It's always nice when you survive DOMs.
If I can ask, what were you talking to Mags about? You seemed stressed.
Just working on some stuff.
Mags always is. Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah, always working on something.
All right. Well, it's good to see you again, Trevor. Glad you're back.
Leave first thing in the morning.
Well, then see you when I see you.
He goes to say something and then pauses. Roll me human perception.
Seven.
You can't quite get a read on it as he closes his mouth and take care.
And you do the same.
He gives you a nod, takes a deep breath in and walks off.
And Lucas will just stand there for a second watching him as he walks away. But then eventually moves forward into the house. Is Mags on the ground floor?
Mags would be on the ground floor, yes.
I'd walk in, go to her. Evening.
Evening. How are you doing tonight?
Well, I'm alive, so it's a good thing, I guess.
That is always a good thing.
I just saw Trevor walking out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's been a while since he's been here, at least since I've seen him, and well, he didn't look in the calmest of mind leaving here.
Trevor has a lot on his plate.
Like, what is he doing? He was gone for so long, and he said he's leaving again this morning, or next morning.
He's working on some stuff for May.
All right. I guess, I don't know. Sorry that I asked.
You don't have to apologize for asking.
And he's very, like... He always had, I think, he always had at least some sort of idea of what was going on, like, with the family and their operations. I mean, maybe never, like, specifics, but he at least had an idea of, like, what direction things were going in. So if that's not too much of a jump to take for like, okay. So he's a little just confused, probably a little frustrated too, since he just doesn't really understand what's going on. And then after a beat, just kind of put his hands up like, all right, well, then you have a good night.
There are things that need to be taken care of behind the scenes. You'll understand when you take over.
Maybe someday I will. I hope that day isn't for a while yet. For your sake, I mean.
We'll find a way to take the Sokovas down.
I think about it every day. The Zakovas and what they've done. Mags, I'll be honest, before Laz and before Andra, I mean, if you told me to go do something, I would do it, but I didn't care too much. I'll be honest. I do now. So I've been thinking about them every day on how to hit back, how to hurt them. I want to help if there's a way to do that.
I'll let you know. I'm not losing another kid, Lucas.
And as long as I can help that, you won't. It's all right. We know the risks. I'm Laz knew. I made him. I encouraged him to lower his guard, make a bad decision. I'm not gonna do that. Not again.
It looks like she's trying to say something, and it's almost like she doesn't quite know how to say it. I can't fault you for wanting to spend time with your brother.
You don't fault me for that part, but you hold something against me, don't you?
And she just looks at you.
And he's familiar with silences like these, so I think he understands. And just nod his head, and unless she has anything else, he just kind of do just a slow turn, and then go into his room.
I will not lose you too.
He just nods his head. Is she saying that while he's still facing her, or after he's turned around?
After he's turned around.
And then as he's walking away, he'll just nod his head. He's not going to say anything. He's not going to look at her. Just nod his head as he's walking back.
And you just hear her taking like deep breaths, and you can almost hear like the wood creaking as she grips it too hard to the table as you are able to make it to your room. Is there anything else you'd like to do for the evening?
No. I think we're good.
You all are able to get a good night's rest, and you all at the next morning have 1,250 eddies transferred to your accounts.
150?
Mm-hmm. From a PCA.
Sick.
Cool.
And we're going to go backwards this time. Lucas, how are you spending your morning? What are you doing?
Let's see. Red didn't specify a certain time to be there, did she?
She did not.
I think he's waking up early enough. We'll say, I don't know, 6, 7. And just taking it slow. And I assume the whiplash, that doesn't, like you said, that doesn't go away unless actually.
Yeah, so there's like this
Okay.
little kink in your neck this morning as you wake up because you have not had treatment for that.
So for that reason, he's probably taking it a little extra slow. Yeah, maybe getting fresh clothes that he'll throw in the car, packing that up. Maybe getting a cup of coffee, but then heading over to Dom's right after. Maybe bringing 2 cups of coffee, one for Dom, just in case.
All right. And you're able to make your way over to Dom's. And when you get there, Dom is kind of like fallen asleep in his chair, like that he has in his garage. There's like a little bit of a setup, and then he's got like this little rolly chair. And he's just kind of like knocked out, like mouth wide open, but your car's fixed.
Like, completely?
He's gotten most of he doesn't have your windows in yet, but he's managed to get like the dents out and things of that nature out. And he is just PTFO'd in the corner. And he's even like giving it a little bit of a waxing to make it look like it's a little shiny.
Then he'll put all the extra stuff, the clothes and whatnot that he grabbed, he'll throw that in the car first, in the combi first. But then he'll set the coffee down on the table and just kind of kick a foot of Dom's, and like as soon as he wakes up, just say thank you.
You're welcome.
I promise it. And he pauses and thinks, I'll try not to have it happen again.
As long as you're trying, that's all I can ask.
Well, believe me, yesterday I don't want to get the combi roughed up so you can yell at me.
Well, don't mess it up again, then I won't yell at you for a while.
That's a good deal. Then it turns around and hops in.
Your windows will be here tomorrow. I'll get that situated. Thanks for the coffee.
I'll be back tomorrow then.
Sounds good. Drive safe. Stay on the road. Your axles were all kinds of fucked up, which makes me think you were not on the proper roads.
Might have been a time or two. It was short-lived, I promise.
Okay. Be safe. Come home.
And he takes off.
And you're able to head towards Rose Red's. And then we're going to pan over to Miss Fang. What you doing?
I guess same thing. Fang is taking it a little slower this morning. She's feeling pretty good after getting her whiplash kind of pricked out of her neck. But she'll make some breakfast, make some coffee, and bring a plate and coffee over to Jax. And she'll look at her agent and check the message from Rose Red. There's no time, right? So I think she will just put in the chat any particular time.
And I will say you all get this message.
Around what time do we get this message?
I'd say it's probably like 9:30.
I'll reply. She didn't specify. I can be there within the hour.
I'm back in city, so just let me know.
All right, finishing breakfast, and I guess I'll head over. And she'll finish breakfast, let Jax know that she's gonna go see Rose Red, and just make her way over to Double R's.
And Jax will give you a little side hug and everything before you leave. And of course, tell you to be safe. And you're able to head over to Double R's. And then, Cerveau, is there anything you want to do this morning?
Yeah. The message would probably wake me up. I would try to fix my armor jack before I head out where I got shot.
Basic tech.
15.
All right. With a 15, you are able to fix it back up to its normal 11. And is there anything else you would like to do with your morning? Or are you heading over to Double R's?
I would head over to, Red's place.
All right.
Via Metro.
Via Metro. Fang, are you wanting to fix your armor jack too?
Sure. And also hit points. Do we get our body back yet, or
Not
no?
yet. So that will
Not-
be first thing tomorrow, because you have to spend a whole day doing
Whole day.
nothing.
Okay.
And you guys
Gotcha.
got hurt at midday.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
relaxing today. That'll get you your body, which you all have 5.
Cool. Would you allow her to fix her armor jack?
Yeah. Roll me a basic check. Roll me a
Basic
basic
check.
check. Roll me a
Basic check.
basic check. There we go.
Just roll whatever. Roll the dice.
Well, crit failed. 9.
That's what you needed, actually. So you still are able to fix it. Yeah, you only need a
Heck.
9 to fix your armor. So you are able to get that fixed, and it's back up to its normal 11.
Not me putting in 9 for 19.
And is there anything else you'd like to do before you head to Double R's?
No, just that.
Alrighty. And with setting a time of 10:30 to get there, you all do make it to Double R's at around the same time. If you all would like to kind of congregate outside of her apartment beforehand, or if you all just kind of want to go in separately, I'll leave that up to you.
Fang would wait if she got there first.
I think Lucas would just walk in.
Yeah, I think Cerveau would just walk in, but I doubt he'd get there first, so we'd probably see Fang on the way in.
Let's roll a d10. Everybody roll a d10. See when you get there.
6.
4.
Got a 9.
All right. Lucas gets there first, then Cerveau, then Fang. So,
I think I just walk right in then.
all right. Cerveau, you rolled a 6. Lucas, you rolled a 9.
Yeah.
Okay. Lucas, you walk right in, or able to walk right in, and it's just her.
Well, morning, Red.
Good morning. And she's looking at all of these computer screens, and she's got her coffee.
Oh, pissed off was our what's the word? The people who have jobs, who
Client?
give jobs. Oh, what's the word?
Client?
Client.
Client. Why can't I think of that?
Where
How
it's-
pissed
where
off
it's
was our-
escape.
How pissed off was our client yesterday?
Pretty fucking angry. Will not be coming to us next time. I tried to negotiate. I thought I did a pretty good job, but we were supposed to keep that on the DL.
Well, we tried. If that gives us any points, but there's a guy. We call him Lettuce Guy, I guess, and well, he holds a grudge, so it would have been hard to not go loud.
Yeah. Well, what's done is done. We still got paid.
Yeah. I asked you a little while ago if you, well, you just said that you were gonna look into the Zais a little more. I just wonder if you'd found anything else.
I've gotten information on, Bing. Apparently he's been in charge for 26 years now.
Been a while.
Apparently had a really bad poisoning condition 21 years ago.
Like that he was poisoned?
He was poisoned really bad, yes. I managed to find some like hospital records of that from about 21 years ago.
Did it go in depth as to say how?
I didn't get too much on that. It looked like a really bad case of arsenic poisoning, but I'm not 100% certain how he came into contact with arsenic.
And Lucas just has like a little smirk on his face. Just happy that it's happening to Bing.
And that was a long 21 years ago. Second in command's name is Tyr. I don't have a whole lot on him yet that I've been able to look into and pull strings, but I did manage to pull one of my contacts, and they have a code message for messages.
Okay.
The Raven dives at midnight. I have no idea what that means.
And what, they use that for any calls, texts, any communication?
I'm assuming. That's what my contact said. And that's all I have for now. And the fact that they've been smuggling for Biotechnico and that gig I sent y'all on. That's about all I have. But I'm not stopping. I'm going to crack something eventually.
Well, to Tyr. Yes, Tyr? Yes.
Tyr,
Yes,
second in
Tyr.
command, yes.
Tyr's the one I'm really interested in right now. Had I guess what you could call an interaction on that job we did. Tyr had called and I picked up, hoping to have a conversation. He didn't. Was a very cardboard personality. Didn't say much, but I want to try to get to him first. So if you can, whatever you can find on him.
I'll see what strings I can pull.
I appreciate you looking into it.
Of course.
More than what I can do.
You do plenty. You do plenty. The least I can do is get you information.
And all this, he's probably standing. If Red is at like her desk, her monitor setup or whatever, he was probably standing next to her for all that. But then after that, goes to sit down wherever they did previously.
All right. And as you go to sit down, you hear the door open again as Cerveau walks in.
Yo,
Hey,
Rose.
Hi, Cerveau.
Morning. Arcturus paid up, I can tell.
It'll be the last time Arcturus pays up.
If it hadn't been for us, he'd still be a Cyclops. So, you could take it or leave it.
Getting a little confident there.
You didn't see that place. They were not going to let that. You'd have to buy it back for more than he lost gambling it away.
He gambled it.
He did. And I think Persona Craft, either he didn't want them to find out that he lost it, or they wanted it back. I think it was him.
Well, if you lose exec person or belongings, and personal loans. They will do some pretty awful things to you to get it back, or to just punish you. To gamble that away. You know, I had a contact one time and they made his head pop. Quite literally.
I'd say Arcturus got off easy then.
Yeah, I hope you all never decide to work for a Megacorp. They could put a little implant in your head, and when you go against what they want or wish,
Yeah, it makes our arrangement seem that much better, you know? Anyway, I didn't mean to twist your arm or anything about trying to get more out of that job. I just figured it was ripe for the picking given how desperate he was.
look, as your fixer, I am just there to find you gigs and make sure you all are getting paid. However, if we keep messing up the gigs I give you, I'm not going to be able to find you any clients.
That's fair. But you found at least one more. That's why we're here.
I did, and I don't want to talk about that one until Fang gets here, because this one, I don't even know if you're going to want to take it.
Okay. I'm waiting with bated breath.
And at this time, Fang, you get there. No one's waiting outside.
I guess she'd probably wait for like 10 minutes. And if she doesn't see anybody, she'll just head in.
All right, and you head in, and everybody is waiting on you. And they kind of look a little nervous and like they're really waiting to hear what kind of gig this is as you make your way into Rose's apartment.
Can she read that energy that
Roll-
everyone's a little...
Roll me human perception. Just DV9.
All right. 14.
Yeah, you get the sense like this gig, something's up with it.
So she'll walk in, and as she steps further into the room, she'll just kind of stop. Is everything okay?
I think we're about to find out. Now that we're all here.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and start and tell you the Eddies is 2,000 each.
Shit. Alright.
And you cannot fuck this up.
Just for frame of reference, have we fucked up any of the other jobs?
Well, we don't have a client anymore for the eyeball, so I think so.
Okay, just want to make sure we're on the same page.
But you all, we got reached out by 2 clients, and I wanted to talk to you about which one you want to take. For the first time, we get to choose, although it has to do with politics. What do you think? Do you want to gather intel on Maximilian Baxter or Isaiah Rhodes?
Gather intel for who?
I don't really ask. Probably the other's campaign.
Oh, they have this corp.
We know that they're being backed by, for Baxter, Militech, and Isaiah Rhodes for Persona Craft. It could be the corp, it could be their campaign lead. They wish to remain anonymous. But either way, we have a gig that we could take.
Lucas, without even thinking about it too much, would look over with Fang and Cerveau. I am more than okay with trying to find out more on Isaiah. Anything we learn up, I want to know.
Yeah. I'm with you.
What kind of info gets us the payout? What are they looking for?
They are looking for personal calendars, any meetings, anything you can find on their assistant's personal computer. And she slides an unmarked data shard to the three of you. Chip in.
Lucas takes it immediately.
Yeah, same.
Tim.
And as you all are putting this into the slot behind your ear, there will be a fundraising gala occurring at Night City University in 3 days' time. These are the blueprints I've received so far. The gala will be in the administrative building. Both Maximilian and Rhodes will be there with their assistants. I need you to find their calendars, any meetings, any intel you can find on that computer of their assistants. It might be worth clipping that computer for a little bit and distracting them enough in order to get the intel off of it. And as she's describing this, red pixels begin to overlay your vision, giving you the layout of NCU. NCU's architectural design draws very strongly on classical roots. It has marble columns in the entrance, an open rotunda beyond, giving the structure a sense of an ancient wisdom impressed into Night City. It doesn't quite fit. And this dramatic entryway is sequestered in a private setting by the east and west wings. And this is supposed to make you feel as if you've stepped out of Night City into something even higher. And within the East Wing are many of the administrative offices, including the student council presidents and the deans. Student registration is going to be found in the West Wing, alongside with the guidance and counseling offices. And in the center, which is where this gala is going to be taking place, is an amphitheater and like a big open hall, like a very open ballroom where this gala will be taking place. And you all see, as like the blueprints, you swoop into each of these rooms, each of these hallways, and you have a map of NCU's main building.
So we got to get close. And I'm assuming we got to dress the part.
Yes, and I'm assuming that it might not be realistic that you all have events, like event clothing for this kind of pish-posh thing. I do have a contact. Their name's Purdy, and they can make sure that you are set up and ready to go with an outfit free of charge.
Do we have tickets to get in?
I've got that covered too.
Yeah, I mean, and I think I didn't explicitly say it, but I'm completely fine with digging up some dirt on roads.
So we accept the one for Rhodes. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll put that information in.
I gotta say though, I don't think it's gonna change anybody's mind. But Fang, that message you got from Gel last night, he said that Militech's going after or trying to create brainwash BDs. So that's why they were looking for him. Rose, you may have been able to figure that out, but that's what we learned.
Well, Corps have used brainwashing BDs for a long time. They're not used as much anymore, but with as addictive as Digital Abyss was, wouldn't be surprised they're trying to take the kid in.
Yeah, so I don't think that switches us over to gathering info on Baxter, but I wanted to make it known.
Well, just so you all know, we're taking Isaiah. Somebody will most likely be taking Baxter's. So there could be another team of Edgerunners there going against the exact opposite of you.
And that means Rhodes' team probably expects it then, right? If they put out a similar job, assuming it was them.
Assuming it was them, yes. So they are going to be prepared. There will be security detail that you all will need to get past. If y'all mess this one up, there will be very harsh consequences. And with you going after Isaiah Rhodes, you're kind of in the ballpark of making sure Baxter is safe too.
Are we though? Because we don't know if they're paying us or not. We don't know who's paying, right?
You don't know who's paying, no. Could always get you a bonus.
Above table.
Yes.
So we need to get information off of the assistant's computers.
Mm-hmm. As the Isaiah Rhodes assistant computer.
Okay. So they're like bringing a computer to this gala.
Yes.
Okay.
And Lucas, during this, since they've decided to go after Isaiah, he's just he has this very just determined look on his face. He's just zipping it. It's like he's not even thinking about how we're gonna do this. He's so blinded by I just want to do this. So he's just ready already.
So we get ready for the ball, and we have a few days to plan.
Yes, and you have the blueprints of the building. Purdy will get you set up. They are in South Westbrook. They have a small boutique there. This will take place in 3 days' time. August 20th.
I think we know all we need to know, assuming, as I look around.
I'm good to go.
Yeah, I don't think I have any other questions.
With both of them being there, be prepared for both Personacraft and Militech personnel as well. This is supposed to be a fundraiser for scholarships for the youth of Night City to attend NCU.
I'm sure both candidates really care about the youth of Night City.
Or at least looking like they do.
Can do.
Is there an itinerary for the event or anything like that?
I'll flick you the deets.
Maybe we hit them at a certain time. I don't know. Maybe there's a more opportune time.
Above table, did she give any other guidelines as to if this is a non-violent sort of thing, this is quiet or not? I was taking notes, so I might have missed it.
So with how she's described it, and don't mess it up, you're going to be in a situation where there's a lot of high-end people, high-end security. So you can kind of get the idea this is supposed to be on the DL. Very quiet, very quick. Because if you mess up and get caught, the consequences are not going to be good. And to expect personnel from both Militech and Persona Craft.
Big job.
Good pay.
If we can do it.
We've learned a thing or two about discretion in the past 24 hours. We can apply what we've learned.
I'm not sure that fire alarms and sandwiches are going to work here.
But we know it doesn't work. So, narrowing it down.
Well, it helps. If we can expect another group of Edgerunners to be there, then we don't have to be perfect. We just have to hope that they fuck up. That would help us.
True.
I just need y'all to be quiet and not get caught. This is the biggest gig we've gotten. And I'm assuming if we can get this one, we can get a lot better gigs going forward.
Won't let you down.
Well, if you don't have any more questions for me, go see Purdy. Get yourself situated for gala attire. And Cerveau, make sure it's clean.
I'm not going to wear it until the event, so it should be good.
It's a good idea. It's good.
And make sure you go in with the equipment you need before you go. Because once you're in, there's no one that's going to be able to help you.
Makes sense. Cool. We got it.
All right. Understood. Appreciate it. Lucas would start walking out if we're all done with everything.
I'll let him know you're taking the job.
Yeah, you're going to go to Purdy's now or on our own throughout the week? What do you want to do? I got nothing planned.
I was going to go now, get it out of the way.
Well, if you don't mind company.
And I could use a second or third opinion on whatever I pick out.
I guess you guys are more than welcome to join. He says with a smirk on his face.
I'll let Purdy know you're on the way.
Nova. So Fang will get up and just kind of wait for Cerveau to get up and leave and to follow out.
And I'll do that, yeah.
And y'all are able to head towards the combi.
Which is looking much better now.
It's
Oh.
looking much better now. A little bit of open air design, I can tell, though.
Yeah, we don't have the windows yet. That'll be tomorrow, I think Dom said. So, as long, Cerveau, as you point your gun in any other direction than my car, I think I'll live another day.
Yeah, I don't plan on pointing my gun anywhere for a little while. You know. I mean, but technically I didn't shoot the window out, but it doesn't really matter.
Sure, but it doesn't help.
No, none at all.
I don't actually blame you for it. Just there's a lot of other shit that was wrong with it.
I get it. How far away is this place? Do we know?
It's in South Westbrook, so not too terribly far, like right outside of the marina. But she did give you an address. And is there any conversation you wish to have on the way?
I think Cerveau would just sort of be thinking out loud about what he's going to get. Like, should I go with a color scheme? Should I go with a full, like, high collar look? What are y'all thinking? We probably shouldn't walk in there and matching. Pink. I like pink. Oh, for me? Oh, I thought it was for you.
No.
I don't know. Pink and green are sort of a little bit loud together. I mean,
I think you could pull
I'd
it
give it
off.
a try.
Don't sell yourself short. You can pull it off.
I'd give it a try. Yeah, sure. Are we all going to wear pink?
No.
No.
Yeah, that would be weird.
I mean, you just said we don't want to match, so.
That's a good point. I said that? Yeah, that's
And if
true.
pink
I
is
did.
claimed, then can't.
Yeah, I'll see what they got in pink. What about like a dusty rose or something? A magenta, a mauve.
Yeah, just, I don't know. I'll go with classic black. It's my usual MO anyway.
Yep, I'll go with whatever they suggest. I don't know shit about shit when it comes to dressing up, so.
That's fair. That's fair.
I appreciate both of you willing to try and find dirt on Isaiah. I don't know what personal stakes are in it. I don't know, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm more or less doing it for you.
Well, thank you. I have a lot of questions about him that I probably won't get answered any other way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not a fan of Militech or anything, but after everything that's happened with that bot and everything out in the desert, and then with your partner, something's just off about Persona Craft, and if he's tied to him, then that's reason enough for me to.
I would hate helping some other corp or some other bastard. I need roads to lose.
Hopefully this helps.
And with that, you are able to make it to Purdy's. It's a small little place in Westbrook, a little boutique that quite literally has Purdy, Purdy, in cursive above the door. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session. So you will have a couple weeks to figure out what kind of outfit you want to wear to this gala in order to get information on Isaiah Rhodes.
Okay, got some time to plan.
Stopped right before we had our shopping time.
Yeah.
Come on.
I was kind of sweating on ideas, so I'm kind of glad. I don't want to stop playing, but I'm kind of glad to get more time to think about it.
I already have an idea. So.
Ooh. Thank you so much for watching Session 8 of Homomachina. Session 9 will be out on January 17th. Please make sure to check out our players' social media accounts. They are wonderful and they deserve your support. And if this is the kind of content you enjoy, please press that like button, subscribe, or ring that bell. That way you get notified when Session 9 comes out. We'll see you later, Chooms.